thinking of
I told you I was gonna wait on you. Oh shit, we already live. Damn. Okay.
Right.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? This is me, Boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for another episode of Whether You Like It or Not, the reality TV panel. We are back after a week-long hiatus. Okay, as you can see, we have Josiah's World TV in the building, and we have Yapratis in the building, but we also have Really Big TV and Simply Sakina in the building as well. Okay? Giving you the real tea, and Niecy Dixon will be here a little bit later. Niecy's on her way home. Terrence will be getting off of work shortly, so they will be on late. Okay, Jamie and Alex won't be here tonight, and of course we already know that Bundy is on break from the panel right now. So with that being said, we're gonna start off with just us five, and the other two will be here a little later. So we're here to talk about the Housewives of Atlanta. We wasn't here to discuss it last week. We discussed it this week. And I must say that they really, really tried to give us a finale with a lot of drama, but the drama was stupid as hell. And the person that started the drama was hell. And she really showed how hypocritical her ass is. And I did not see it at first, but now I'm seeing it. And it's a little unfortunate if you ask me. I really hate that we got this
The
drag for the
producers
night, but
gather all the girls at Cynthia's house last minute for the finale. It's like, okay, hell, we ain't got no group event, so y'all just all gather around so we can go ahead and just do a quick little
okay.
And they told
Maybe.
Drew to go ahead and show your ass, and that's exactly what she did.
she showed her ass pretty much.
Sure did.
She showed her
And her spanks.
And then look, where's the elephant? Oh my God, like Evelyn said, the shade starts early, don't it? Not
already.
live.
Listen, y'all already know Sakina be ready to drag Drew. I want y'all to know Sakina be ready to drag
I tried to
Drew.
tell
I haven't seen
y'all.
her review yet. I haven't seen her review yet, but I know she's dragging her ass.
Oh, yeah,
I know
gotta
she
get
is.
36
I can't
minutes
wait
long.
till later.
You said it's 36 minutes long?
Ooh,
Child.
child.
It was 39, but I edited it down to 36. Oh my God. Fuck you.
Sakina, 36 minutes, sis. Woo!
Listen, you had a lot to
Oh my God.
say.
What the hell did I talk about once I got done? Like, what?
I know you went in. I know you went in about a good 30 minutes, just straight going in.
I went on 2 little rants.
Just a
One was
little
for King,
something.
Okay, so at the beginning of the episode, did Candy get an award or something, or did they grant her own day or something? Like
They granted her her own day.
It was her own day, but it was in the area where the restaurant Blaze is. It wasn't like Atlanta proper. It was in like a little suburb. I went to Blaze when I was down in Atlanta. It's outside of Atlanta. So she got to stay in that little, like suburb of where the restaurant is.
Well, since you've been to Blaze, how was it? And don't lie.
I'm not gonna lie. I talked about it on my channel. The food was good, but the problem for me is they're trying to be a restaurant that's on this level, but the service doesn't match it. So their price point and stuff is like on the level of like a Ruth's Chris or something like that, but the service is on like a level of like an Outback. And there's nothing wrong with Outback. I like Outback, but if I'm paying $45 for a steak, I want $45 service for a steak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
But the food was good though. What I got was actually really good. I mean, the food was good, but it's like they're trying to have a, this elevated experience, which I'm great. I don't have a problem paying for it, but it doesn't match. That's all.
So you're saying that it's like, okay, I can't wait to see that, by the way. But so basically, you're saying they're trying to give this little upscale feel about it, but it's really like
just an average restaurant.
Outback.
Yeah. Because again, I could give you like a couple of examples, but so they have this dress code. And when I called, I was like, so what's the dress code? I want to make sure I don't, that we coming in dress code. And the lady was like, oh yeah, we strictly enforce the dress code. It's this, is that, it's the other, And then when I get there, like, they actually did stop a lady who was out of, dress code. But then like 20 minutes later, I saw somebody come in that looked damn near identical to what that lady had on. And I was like, so she get in, but she didn't get in, so it's like, I feel like they're trying to, but they don't, it just doesn't match. Right. And like the restaurant, it's beautiful. The decoration, the decor and everything is really nice. But it's like in a strip mall. Like right next to the restaurant, it's like it's like a fish and chicken place. You know what I'm saying? Where you could get like some fried wings.
Right, I get where you're coming from. But people should know to dress accordingly. If it's an upscale steak restaurant, they should know. Damn well you're not supposed to come up there with no flip flops and no gym shorts. Right. Okay, hell no.
Right. But like the waiter, like I ordered Pinot Noir with my meal, and the waiter brought me Pinot Grigio. And when I told him, sir, this isn't Pinot Noir, he was like, oh no, because I was like, Pinot Noir is red wine. Oh no, ours isn't red. Sir, can I see the bottle? Sir, like what?
Child, he probably didn't know the wines himself. He was like, wait,
right. It's that kind of stuff. But again, it's the food was good. I can't take nothing away from the food. And our waiter was really nice. He was young, but he was a really nice guy. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's one of those things where I would just be like, I just don't think that the menu matches the experience. That's all.
Got you. And it looks like the staff just needs a little bit more training on that.
Yeah, the staff definitely needs some more training.
Yeah.
The staff definitely needs some more training. We had to keep asking for our drinks, like we ordered a drink. He was like, oh, I'm sorry, let me go, little stuff like that. Because again, that's the kind of stuff where I'm not tripping if I'm paying Applebee's prices. I am tripping if I'm paying the prices you charging. Like if I'm paying $12 for this cocktail, I shouldn't have to ask for it 3 times.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
Scotty,
you cutting up tonight.
Like it was like, I'm gonna say this and be done, but it was 2 of us and our bill came to almost $200.
Oh, no, ma'am.
So again, that's not for a nice steakhouse, that's not like ridiculous. But again, if you're paying that, you just expect a certain experience with it. That's all.
Exactly.
Amen.
No, ma'am, Pam. No, ma'am, child. Okay. So next up is basically Cynthia and Mike. They talking about trying to buy a new house. Do we care? I think not.
We've had that conversation 3 times. Mike said 3 episodes ago that he want to move to Atlanta and buy a big house. Then we had that conversation 3 times.
But I wonder if this is him doing it because he thinks he's coming back for season 14. I ain't trying to stop no checks or nothing. But he might want to wait until it comes to that she got a return check. A return letter.
Because after this season, I don't see her having one. And if she gets one, I'm gonna be very surprised if she gets a call back letter.
There's nothing left. There's nothing left for Cynthia to give us. Like, we've been through marriage, we've been through divorce, we've been through businesses, we've been through your child and her growing pains. I just don't know other than her just being an instigator, I don't know what's left for Cynthia to give us.
It just seemed like, even the way that it ended, it kind of seemed like, all right, good run, Cynthia, because they ended with her. I know they was at her house, but I don't know. It's just something about the way it ended gave me Cynthia is taking a bow. No, I don't know.
I firmly believe the only reason why we got Cynthia back this season is 1, because of the wedding, and 2, because Nene left. I think Cynthia was gonna be like a friend of the show this year or something, because other than the wedding, and they barely gave her an episode for her wedding. Like they
barely did, yeah.
But really, I just want to say, if they do bring her back in the capacity of being an instigator, I love me some Cynthia. I'm gonna drag her ass the whole damn season.
But she done that. And she, remember back in season 7 when Cynthia, I guess producers told Cynthia that, you need to cut up because you ain't giving it these past few seasons. Season 7, Cynthia showed her ass that whole season. I don't want to see it again, girl, because you was trying to be a mean. You was trying to be a mean girl, and then you look stupid on camera.
I forget which season it was, but when she was trying to be the bone carrier and was trying to sit here and bring the bone to Phaedra, and she couldn't get the words out, I'm just like, this ain't your life.
I remember that because she was like, well,
that shit was so cringy.
Right, she was being so passive aggressive. Like, if you want me to put it out there, then I won't put it out there. I mean, do you want me to? Girl, just say it.
Say it.
I can't.
So if she come back in this capacity of trying to be a bone carrier, all that, I love me some Cynthia, I really do. But I'm gonna get her the business every episode.
But she just feel like at this point, when auntie, that's just on there. Maybe she could just stay and just be in the background as a friend.
But what really kills me about it, that for most of her time on the show, I've disliked Cynthia. But it's like I started to like her maybe towards like season 9 or something like that. I started to like Cynthia a little bit more. So it's like, it's unfortunate, but at this point, you've been on the show longer than you needed to be. Let's just put that out there, because I can't believe Cynthia has lasted this fucking long anyway. And it's like, now it's like, okay, you need a shakeup. So
I think if they do that, I think if they do that show with them kids, then maybe Cynthia will be good on that show. I would like to see Noelle and her storyline.
Now,
I don't want to see that shit. The kids did nothing.
I like Noelle. I would like to see what she got going on in her life.
I'll say
this is one of the few kids that's got some stuff going on.
If Cynthia does come back as a main housewife, we also have to remember that she might have taken a pay cut, because I highly doubt she is making this season what she was making seasons before.
Oh, absolutely.
So if she does come back, because what they sometimes do is they'll lowball you to get you to quit rather than them do the whole firing thing. So
right.
You never know. You never know. And Danielle Gordon, you are absolutely correct. Not Riley. No.
The kids that they listed don't have personality. Cairo don't have no personality. No. Riley don't have no personality. Noelle don't really give us too much. She ain't rah. And then you got Kim's daughter. Hell fuck no. Like, no. Those kids ain't interested enough to get their own spinoff. Like, y'all just doing shit now. We don't care about fuck them kids.
Because those checks are running dry at Bravo. The only thing that's popping right now is the Potomac, really, that's getting the most viewerships.
And can we say this? How is it that Potomac gave us a 9-second splash, and that gave us more than this whole damn season of Atlanta?
It sure did.
After Housewives, that little quick snippet, and then they went to the medicine.
Yes.
I was like, what the fuck is this? I was so confused.
Honey, and for that 9 seconds, Karen was dragging and reading for her life.
Because Karen had dropped that on her Instagram. She had actually dropped that on her Instagram like the night before, like at midnight or something.
Oh, okay.
Can we talk about
another thing about that is I didn't even recognize that there was Wendy at the table. Wendy done something. She didn't level the fuck up. I guess she got her a new makeup artist and a new wig.
Y'all done dragged that. Y'all done dragged that woman for her wigs, her hairline, her makeup. She said, y'all ain't about to catch me in season 6.
Wendy got some of this taken care of too. I'm just saying.
Her boobs?
Yep.
I just hope she's not bleaching. I just hope she's not bleaching. That's all I hope.
I hope that too. But I'm gonna say this: can we talk about, for those of us who've been watching Potomac from the beginning? Can we talk about how fast they pushing this season out? That's how you know that that's the only thing that's popping over at Bravo.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you see how fast they done pushed out Potomac?
I don't even really know the time frame. I know it's usually like this time. Later.
The new season normally comes out in late summer, going in the time. But remember, they were out of rotation, so we got a Potomac season. Right, because of COVID, they were out of rotation. So the fact that they just started film, usually Potomac, it's like a year from them filming to when we get that season. It's damn near a year. That's why the whole thing with Monique in the fight, that was a year ago from when we were seeing it. The whole court case had been resolved and everything by the time the season dropped. So they just started filming in January, and we're going to get a season this summer. That's 6 months. That's like almost a half of what we normally have to wait for.
Because I know for the most part, Potomac normally comes out in May. It normally hits in May because that's when it was supposed to come out. But then when COVID came, they pushed it back to August. And that's normally when they would start filming is in August because they would normally film like when the reunion airs, they start filming after the reunion.
Right.
And then they film for months at a time and they don't come back till May. But because of the fact that COVID came, they had to push everything back. Soon after, you see, the reunion got done airing in December. Soon after the reunion was done in December, in January, they was right back there filming again.
They had literally started filming the week after the reunion was done. Like, they literally, like, Monique, if Monique hadn't left the show, they literally would have been filming, like, the week after. Yeah, this is normally when we get Potomac. But it just seems like, seemed like Potomac seems to be the only franchise that they seem to be rushing. The rest of them are sort of kind of like they doing what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? But it could be me. Maybe I just feel like it's the only one that seemed like it's popping like that.
I'm looking at Wendy.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, she looks. I know on that particular clip, Wendy looked good. Not to say that she was ugly or anything at first, but she looked very different.
Some look different to me too. I don't know.
It's the makeup.
I think it's her application of the makeup and the hair is laid. The tits are fitting up. And the cupcakes that she holding got titties on them. So maybe this is like a titty party for her new breast.
Maybe. Because, I mean, remember she literally just had a baby when she was filming. So
if she didn't get a butt, then I don't want to hear it.
Look, we already have enough leaky booties out there. I don't want that for her.
It don't gotta be big, you know.
I don't see it for Wendy, but I don't want that for her.
I haven't seen her ass though.
What?
Sakina, I'm not about to play with
you. Have you seen her ass?
I'm serious. I'm not trying to body shame, but I'm just saying some people some people don't have any breasts, and to fill their shirt. You may want to get a little B cup, maybe a C. If you ain't got no butt, you need something to fill up them jeans, and that's what she needs. There's some people who do need surgery. I don't condone surgery, I ain't gonna say condone, but I'm just not one that favors unnecessary surgeries. But it would be nice for her to get a little butt. That's it.
Oh God!
Don't judge me. I feel like y'all judge me.
I would like to say that Sakina is not necessarily body shaming her. She just thinks that she need a bigger ass. I don't think that that's body shaming.
Just something to fill out her jeans. It ain't gotta be a Portia ass. Just something to brown around.
Well, what do you think makes Potomac's cast pop? And I know we're here to talk about Atlanta, but since we brought up Potomac before we go back into Atlanta, what makes Potomac pop? Because they're going into their 6th season and they're still blazing. I wonder if it is that makes them go, and they still have the majority of their original cast. You still got Karen, you still have Giselle, you still have unfortunately, you still have Robin. So you still got majority of your cast, of your originals. What is it about Potomac that makes them, pop the way they have been?
In my personal opinion, I feel like that everybody on the show plays a part in the season, with the exception of Robin, because she gives me nothing. I'm sorry, I'm not being shit. Listen, no, because every time I blame Scotty, because every time I hear the name Robin, I think of Robert. But anyways, everybody brings it on the show. Karen with her legendary reads, Ashley with her tiptoeing back and forth, being messy, Giselle playing the villain of the role, you know, Candace with her tears and then going, you know, attacking people and then, you know, playing victim with her tears. Everybody has a good role on the show. So, yeah, I love it. And it just brings a fire cast.
I agree with, I was going to say with Josiah. Myself and Ya, we watch Real Housewives of New Jersey, and we say they show up for work every week. Like, they are going to show up for work. They're going to film a scene. Nobody is coasting. Like, you may not like what they're doing, but they are bringing it. Like, I can't stand Candace, but I can't take away from the fact that Candace brings it. You know, Giselle brings it. Karen, whether you like them or not, they are bringing it. And I think that has a lot to do with it. I don't think anybody's coasting. I don't think anybody is feeling like they don't have to bring something to the table. You know what I'm saying?
Robin is coasting. We're not going to do that.
Well, Robin was supposed to get fired, so
he should have been.
Like I said, with the exception of Robin. Yeah, Robin.
Yeah, Robin had the same storyline in episode 1.
Well, I mean, really, I'm going to say the whole show up to work. Like, each of them individually bring their own stuff at the same time. For the most part, the women are evolving and bringing more. Like, you had Karen, where I think it was her parents that had the shift, but she came on, like real reserved etiquette, this, that, and the third. And then once she lost her parents, it's just like, well, I don't have to sit here and play for them no more. I'm going to do some real stuff. F it. I'm gonna just give y'all what the hell I got, and that's what, you know what I'm saying. But each season they're growing and giving us something different. Rather than on Atlanta, it's let me pick a storyline and let me go with that. But there's no growth, and now we've gotten to a point where, well, y'all done showed us everything of what y'all got with Potomac. There's still, I don't know what the hell, Turtleneck gonna give us, but there's still a lot, the majority of those women can't give us, and I'm here for it. That's all.
Yeah. I think they're new too. It's just a new factor. Like, I ain't gonna say the latest Housewives, because I think Dallas came back or something like that. But they're still new. So that's another thing that you want to consider, because Atlanta is 13 years in compared to what's Potomac got, like 5 or 6 seasons now or something like
5
that.
or 6 years.
So it's just the fact that they're still new, and like I said, they're bringing it, they're showing up to work, they're giving us something to talk about in this entertainment.
Niecy, since you just got here, I can let me bring it to you as well. When you got here, we were talking about the little 10-12 second snippet that they showed us of the Housewives of Potomac, and we were discussing.
I thought it was a clip.
And we were discussing why do you think Potomac is able to still pop when you have Atlanta, who was the grand supreme of Bravo, but now people are now saying that they prefer Potomac now over Atlanta at this point. So what would you say could be the factor that still makes Potomac watchable?
Okay. First, let me say hey to everybody. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
What's up?
Potomac. I'm one of those people that prefer Potomac over Atlanta. Number one, like Sakini was just saying, I think it's because the show is newer. I don't think that you don't have like a cast of girls who have all came on at very different times, to where, like, with Atlanta, you have Nene, who's like the grand dame, basically. And then you get a couple girls who come in seasons after and they feel like they have to pay their dues. Giselle tried to be that girl on Potomac, where she would make people pay dues or whatever. But really, if you think about it, majority of the cast is all the same age. Not age, but they put in the same time towards the show. So they don't have that factor. Number two, I don't think that Potomac is a reading show like Atlanta had turned into. Atlanta turned into a reading show where after a while they lived for one-liners. I feel like Potomac is starting to get that way, but I don't think they are overall. I feel like they get into different storylines for each and every single person. Whereas Atlanta this season, it was one storyline. The women have been on the show for so long that they are more strategic with what they want to share because they're comfortable. Potomac, they still got to fight for whatever they holding. What is it, a flute or whatever? So yeah, I prefer Potomac.
Agreed.
I can understand that. I think that with every season, and I just want to regurgitate what Lee said. Like, I think that everybody brings something to the table. It's not like everybody's coasting. Maybe Robin is the only one that's coasting by, but the
Absolutely.
majority of the cast brings something. Like Karen brings something, Giselle brings something, Candace brings something, Ashley brings like everybody brings something for the most part.
Even Wendy.
But we get Robin. Yeah, even Wendy brings something. Although I can't stand her and
I
her
can
40
afford
degrees,
it.
she brings something.
See, with
But
that clip, y'all.
yeah, like she gotta let us know. She gotta let us know she got 4 degrees, shit like that. But she brings something to the show. Robin is more so the Cynthia Bailey of that particular show, and I think that at this point in time, the more we talk about these shows, the more we realize that we do need a Robin or a Cynthia on every show because we need a mellow personality or someone that's a little neutral. But I don't know
Agree.
if Robin is neutral.
That's what I was gonna say
You
next,
think
guys.
you agree?
I disagree because,
Mm-hmm.
like you just said, I don't think Robin is neutral. Neither do I think Cynthia is neutral either. Cynthia's not neutral. Cynthia's just boring. I think that people mix up her friendliness with neutral, and she doesn't always speak out. I think Robin and Cynthia are one and the same, and I don't think that you need either of them to. If you want somebody who is level-headed, I would say Candy is level-headed. I didn't say she was neutral.
Mhm.
Candy's a little bit more level-headed. So that's somebody who
Yeah.
can kind of balance the cast.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
agree.
And you know what? I think also the
Okay.
difference between I'm
I
sorry,
agree
one
with
thing.
that.
I think also between the Potomac and the Atlanta Housewives, I feel like that Potomac hasn't reached that point where y'all need a recast shakeup. I feel like they didn't have the same ladies on Atlanta for so many years. You know, you can only give so much storyline, so much stuff that we know about your personal life. Like this whole Kenya versus Portia feud is getting old and tired. So I think that with
Getting
Potomac,
old, or is it already
it's
old?
still fresh. We're still, like Shakina said, we're still in a few seasons new. So Atlanta just kind of need that cast shakeup. I mean, because it's going downhill. I hate to say it, but it really is.
It's dry. It's
I
It's
would
heavy.
just
sad.
say, with it going downhill, it's mostly because of the simple fact that what Atlanta is doing is when they see that, hey, a storyline has presented itself, rather than me tell y'all about my ish, let me jump on this storyline. And we get a lot of that. And I really hate to bring this up, but we with those hoops and heifers where none of them had a storyline, but it's like, okay, well, OG is the thing, so let us jump in on this, but y'all gave us nothing. That's all.
Right. Okay. Well, since we're done with the Real Housewives of Atlanta versus Potomac thing, I guess we can go back into um the episode because that particular conversation was much better than this finale that we're talking about tonight. Let's go into Drew and Ralph with this whole thing with introducing JoJo to his biological father. I'm gonna tell y'all that this entire situation irritated me because of the simple fact that I feel like Drew is doing too much with this. I don't like this old daddy shit. Like, why you gotta refer to him as old? Like, I don't like that. I think and correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Women on the panel, please correct me if I'm wrong. I get that the man was not a constant figure in JoJo's life, and it could be a part of the fact that he was in jail. But I feel like her referring to him as old dad is kind of demeaning him in a sense or making him less than in a sense. I'll get what I'm saying. Let me know wrong or not, but I feel like that's demeaning. I don't like that old dad stuff, and I feel like it's discrediting him as his father. Y'all can pick up where I left off.
I thought that whole scene was irresponsible. I know we're filming the show and all of that, but I felt like your son was very clear that he was not interested in meeting his dad. And for you to create that situation and then have the cameras in his face, I thought the first part where they showed her and Ralph talking to him about meeting his dad and his reaction, I feel like that was sufficient. I don't feel like we needed that scene. And in my review, I felt like the little boy was rude. And I get it that, he said he didn't want to meet his dad and all of that, but I just felt like that whole scene was just awkward and uncomfortable. And I just felt like it was unnecessary for her to do that. And I felt like to her son, that was unnecessary. That was my reaction to it.
I definitely felt some secondhand embarrassment through that entire scene because it was like, yeah, definitely, the little boy was definitely honest, as kids typically are, but it definitely was kind of rude. Like, hey, this is your dad. Like, I understand you don't know him, but it just goes back to what I said last time when we talked about this and I was on the panel. Like, Drew, the whole old dad thing, like, that is the weirdest shit that I've ever heard in my life. Like, so did he start off, and I need them to ask this at the reunion, because did he start off calling him dad? And then once Ralph came along, he became old dad. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, Drew, you're saying that Ralph is here now, but you don't even like the way Ralph handles your son. So what gives him the title of new dad or whoever the hell he is? Like, girl, you just a old weird bitch. Like, she's weird.
So to pick up where Sakana just left off, because I don't care about that whole scene. I really don't. What I care about is the fact that I tried to let Drew live. I really did. But you're not going to sit here and lie and play in my face. That's one thing I don't like reality television. Do not play in my face. Because how you going to sit here and tell a therapist and tell us that Ralph treats JoJo differently than the children that y'all have a union with? Yet when y'all first spoke with JoJo about meeting with the father, why is it that Ralph is the one that is leading the conversation? Why is it that Ralph knows all the right things to say, but you the mama, and you don't know how to approach this? And then even at the sit down, it's Ralph that has the word. It's Ralph that is, talking with the child. You're trying to lead him. Ralph is talking with the child and then gets up and walks off with him. So is Ralph really doing wrong by your motherfucking child? Is he really? I'm gonna stop that because I'm gonna save my energy because I don't want this to go to me sitting here talking on the son because I'm gonna let the son live. I'm not gonna
live. She tried to hopscotch around it. Remember, y'all, she never said he mistreated him. She said that.
Treats him differently.
Did she say that, or she said that he doesn't show the same emotional or sensitivity towards? She said that without saying it. She never wanted to call it what it was. I get what you're saying, but she didn't use those words.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously lacking something. Ralph is giving their biological kid something that he's not giving JoJo. It's basically what she was trying to say.
Right. Either way,
what is it?
All of us agree that Drew is a whole fool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
I really do appreciate Drew's original baby daddy energy. He seems like he really wants to be in his son's life. And I think that he is remorseful of the mistakes he has made, not being in his son's life. And it's just good to really just see that great energy. Now with Josiah, I'm praying that he is able to really just forgive his father, because honestly, he don't really know him. Clearly, he's been in jail his whole life. Understandable, but I love that the father is actually in his life, trying to make amends in his life at a young age, because some daddies don't even try. So that's one thing that his daddy is saying, I love you, I'm here for you, you're my only. He said, it really touched me when he told Drew, like, That's my only child, so I want to make it right. I love it.
Right.
Okay.
Is it just
There's
me or
one
does
thing I
it
gotta.
feel?
Oh,
Go ahead, Sakina. No, go ahead, Sakina.
It was just like when they did the flashback of little Josiah when they initially brought it to him. Upkeep with your children is very important, and his lips was pressy and his elbows were ashy as hell, and I was just like, that bothered me. Like that really bothered me because you got him on TV looking crazy. Like we all know Drew can't dress and she don't really do her upkeep the proper way either. But I was like, don't have your kids on TV just ashy as hell and doing all of that because that's gonna give people a reason to talk about your kids. That just bothered me, and I just had to get that off my chest. Continue. I'm serious. I don't like stuff
But
like
this
that.
is I totally understand that part, but is it just me or does Drew necessarily want Ricky, which is her baby daddy, to be in little JoJo's life? Because to me, she gives off like she really doesn't.
Well, we know that Drew is very passive
Or am I
aggressive.
tripping?
So you don't know what's with Drew. Drew is that acclaimed actress. So we don't know if she's acting or Look, I'm cutting up. But
in the
I hope so.
circuit, honey, acclaim in the
Okay.
Hey,
I'm watching Drew
I don't know.
Nesco Raven as Eddie's girlfriend.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. When you had the pimple. When you had the pimple at the carnival, right?
Okay.
I don't know. I wasn't because I know a lot of people was going in on her son due to his behavior, but I really didn't go in on her son. I didn't say really nothing about her son. I just think that maybe it's because it may be awkward for him because he doesn't know him like that, and then on top of that, you got the cameras in his face.
Yeah.
So it could be something where I'm looking at this stranger. Y'all telling me that's my dad. I don't really know him like that. Then you got about 15 people in the room and you got cameras all in my face. I don't expect him to have a specific reaction. I can see how it came across as though he's rude or whatever, but I don't know. It could go either way. You know, it just could be a little bit strange for him because he don't know him like that, and then you got the cameras in his face. It kind of, his kind of reminds me of how Riley used to be when she was young. She seemed very guarded and uncomfortable on the camera, and everybody would give her a hard time and question her mental and everything like that. It could be because they're kids, and that could be the problem here. Because as you can see, as Riley has gotten older, she speaks more eloquently on the camera. So, being that they were kids, they're not really good on the camera thing, and maybe awkward for them. That's just how I see it.
One of the comments Miss Angie Honey said, Angie Honey, sorry, she said that they should have meet up off camera. I agree. I think that Drew was trying to, squeeze in that last little minute peek. As we saw the last scene of the episode, she's trying to squeeze in that little peek, so she had to do what she had to do. But that should have been off camera.
Yeah, I just feel like it should have been off camera.
Yeah, some things should not be on. Some you can just keep to yourself. It gives you should give people a reason to have an opinion on certain things. I know when you're on reality TV, people are going to have opinions. Shout out to Terrence who just came into the building. But
hey, Terrence.
It's like you can't like that should just hey Terrence. That should have been something that was kept off camera. I think I agree with everybody when y'all say that. It's kind of harmful to him in a sense. I guess we can go into the next part where Kenya was. I think this was a therapist she was talking to, and she was talking Mark, and he wanted from her and things of that nature. When he came back to Atlanta, he wanted her to cook for him. He wanted her to do some sexual favors for him. And when she said, hell no, we not in that place to do those things yet, he blocked her damn number. And at this point in time, I just feel like Kenya needs to cut her loss because Mark does not want to be with her. And that's just, it's sad to say, but he don't really want to be with her. And
I,
he shows it all the time. He acts as if he don't like her.
I just want to say one
Go
thing.
ahead, y'all real.
I just want to say one thing before y'all get started because I know Harris is about to give Kenya the blues and call Mark. Yeah, all I'm gonna say is this: Mark is a grade A narcissist, and everything that he does in reference to Kenya is either he is gaslighting her or trying to get her goat. And he knows what buttons to push. He knows how to manipulate a situation with her. And it's truly just sad. It really is. But the only thing that I will say is say what y'all want about Kenya, whether her storylines may be born or whatever. At least she gave us what's going on in her real life compared to other people. But that's all I got. Y'all can go ahead.
Yeah, like it was just so cringe.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Scotty. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say shit important.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like that is just very unfortunate. Now, y'all already know Kenya is not my favorite out the group. However, I just hate to see ain't-ish, ass dudes like really treat females like that. Like that just really bothers me. And the fact that you tried to play in this girl face, like you want to go over there, you want some goodies. You went over there, you ain't, she didn't want to give you none, and you block her. Sir, ain't you damn near 50 or 40, something like that? You too old for that. That gives me like 21 vibes fresh out of college. Oh, you ain't giving me the panani? Oh, okay, I'm blocking you. I'll see you later on campus. What the hell? Right. What kind of crap is that? No, like, and it just sucks because, yes, Kenya does her things, but no woman deserves to be treated the way how Kenya gets treated. Even if it is possibly karma or whatever she did to other people's marriages. Nobody deserves to get treated like that.
Okay, so my piece on it is, I agree with what y'all just said, but I have a different point of view from the point of view of, at what point do you stop giving him the power? There is no reason in the world. You said that when you go to New York before the pandemic and you would go to New York to visit, you stayed at a hotel. You didn't stay at his apartment. Yet when he comes to Atlanta, why does he still have the key to your front door? Why does he still know the code to the security? Why does he still have the code to get into the garage? He should not have been in the position to make the decision about whether he was staying there or not. This man has done nothing to show you that y'all are working on y'all's marriage. And if he's coming in town because y'all are co-parenting because it's the baby's birthday, then he can stay his ass at a hotel. I will text you the details. I will see you at the party. And if we are getting along and things are feeling good and I'm feeling the vibe, maybe I'll let you come back. But for you to assume that that's what it is, and I agree with everything Josiah said. He is a narcissist and he does gaslight the hell out of Kenya. I mean, because what he pulled on her with the whole thing with the divorce and you sending me love messages, but then you sent divorce papers to my lawyer, sir. Yeah.
Really, I just wanted to say one thing, and what you said with him having the keys and whatnot. I'm gonna need for Kenya to get in her car, go find Monica Denise Brown. Okay, wait, it's not Brown no more, is it?
No.
Go find Monica. Go find
just Monica Denise, baby. She just going by Monica Denise.
Yeah. Because she wrote a song called No, not that. When she wrote a song called Knock Knock. Go talk to her.
Oh yeah.
Song. That's what the fuck should have been going on.
Baby, Monica Hood, she don't play that.
Man, right. I love that song.
But you know what?
Kenya don't got the energy though. Not from
y'all.
But I feel like this is.
Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. There's a comment. Hold on, y'all. There's a comment. Guys, didn't you see that she filed? Why is this a discussion? Let me just address that. It's a discussion because we're talking about what's going on the show. We don't care that it was 6 months ago. We wasn't there 6 months ago. We're talking about what we're seeing. So if you don't understand that, then I don't know what to tell you. We're talking about what's going on the show. Thank you. Continue.
But you know what? I think when it comes to Kenya, this is a pattern because remember her last boyfriend before Mark. What was that boy name that knocked her car? What's his name?
Matt.
Matt. Yes, Matt. She went through the same situation with Matt with him. You know, maybe Kenya did do some stuff to gaslight him or whatever, but he still treated her like crap. Like this is like a pattern when it comes to Kenya and these men.
Yeah, she definitely needs to seek therapy on why she keeps choosing toxic men. And I think she sort of had that conversation at one point, but she does, I mean, like all jokes aside, she does need to explore that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, somebody said said Kenya is lying on Mark.
I don't think she lying.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not at all.
I don't think she
Go
lying.
ahead, Scotty.
I don't think she lying. But I think that it could be. I think that Kenya attracts toxic men because she's looking for love because she didn't get it where she should have gotten it from the very beginning, and that's from her parents.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times when, especially women, because I'm saying this because I live in a house with a woman that didn't receive love from where she was supposed to receive it from first, and that was from her parents. So it's like you keep for love, and when you're used to toxicity in your life from people who said that they loved you in your past, a lot of the times we get toxicity mixed up with love because a lot of the times it could be relationships that you've had as a child where they were toxic and they all said that they loved you and they were doing certain things because they loved you, but what they were doing was fucking up your mental with the toxicity that they were spewing on you. So you meet everybody that you meet down the line give you the same shit that you got as a child. Most of the men my mother dated were abusive. Whether they were mentally abusive or physically abusive. My father perhaps wasn't abusive to her, but my stepfather was abusive to her. So it goes back as a cycle. Her mother was abusive to her, which is why she wasn't raised by her. So a lot of the times it just goes back to what starts it. And I think that Kenya is still looking for that love that she didn't receive growing up. And a lot of the times that fucks with our mental for the rest of our lives. We really don't realize that childhood traumas really do affect the way you see life and relationships. And I think that's where her issue is. And she desperately wants to have that family dynamic for her child because she didn't have that same family dynamic as a child. And what she wants to do is she wants to give her daughter the same thing that she can get. And I think she's fighting so hard for it because she wants that family life for Brooklyn. But sometimes it's just not. It's just not in the cards for people. You shouldn't just stay with a man just because you got a child with him. Always the best thing.
Amen.
We have to realize that that Kenya is toxic herself. You know, so when you give out toxic energy and toxic traits, you're gonna attract toxic men, unfortunately.
But I do see people in the comments saying that Mark didn't get a chance to tell his side of the story. The show exists. And if you really think Bravo would not let him come on camera to say what he needed to say, you guys are very, very foolish. So if he wanted to clear his name, he could have came on the show. And the time that she tried calling him, especially with his last episode, he could have easily answered. So the fact
when he was in town, I'm sure that they would have loved to have filmed, because remember, they posted pictures on social media from the birthday party. I am certain that they would have loved to have filmed that. So yeah.
That's true.
Ain't no saving that man. He trash, period. Fuck his side of the story. We seen enough of what we seen throughout the past, 2 seasons of him being on here. Like, yeah, like y'all said, if he wanted to show the real him or whatever this good side of his story, whatever, then we would have seen it. But no, I gave him enough energy in my review.
But for everybody watching though, and this is just at least take what happened with Kenya and Mark as a cautionary tale to not sit here and chase something so quickly. But also, though I love Kenya, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. The main reason she got with Mark is Mark met the credentials, because with the whole read that Phaedra gave her, she said in that scene what all she wanted in a man. And for what it's worth, is Mark not exactly what she wanted, because all she wanted was for her to have somebody to give a child certain phenotypes and whatnot, certain attributes. So this is a cautionary tale of what you probably shouldn't do and what you probably should not be running towards. Because here's the thing, the very thing that feeds you is the very thing that will destroy you. And this is what we got right here.
You said that because I remember that episode. I think it was like her and Brandon at the sperm maker summit. She was listing off the kind of men that she wanted and all of that. I know exactly what you're talking about. You're real.
Something tells me that this is just a prolonged situationship for Mark. I think that Mark probably told Kenya everything that he needed to tell her to get in good. He saw something that he wanted in Kenya. I don't think it was fame. It was probably, I don't know, it might have been the money. She says he has his own money. We really don't know. He might, but he saw a benefit to being with Kenya that didn't necessarily involve him being a family man. I don't think he ever agreed to that. I think that he might have told her that at the beginning, and it probably didn't get real until she got pregnant. And I'm sure at the age that she was, he probably didn't think she was actually going to be pregnant. So I feel like it's some sort of situationship that went way longer than Mark anticipated, and the script flipped halfway in between.
But I don't think he got money.
But didn't they go through IVF?
I guess they did. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not saying that. I just think that both of them have their faults in this. I'm not saying that Mark is the bad guy and Kenya is this angel, and I'm not saying vice versa. But from what we've seen on camera, we saw Mark last year for his works, okay? And I didn't find any redeeming qualities in Mark last season in anything that he gave us. I'm sorry. Now, people, and he can't even blame that on editing, because, I mean, he showed his entire ass. I'm sorry. So...
yeah. Next.
Hold on.
Where's Terrence at? Because he's real quiet.
So I know. Terrence.
What?
So why you quiet, bitch?
Because I'm over
Kenya.
I'm over Kenya and I'm over Miss Marquina Daly. I just want to go in and have old Drew Sidor line ass. That's all I want. Fuck all the rest of that shit, because the rest of that shit stupid. Let's just get on down to the get down. Let's talk about what we're talking about. Because the rest of that shit was delayed.
Terrence, just to let you know, I think me, you, and Sakina are going to play hot potato with Drew's scalp tonight. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, the rest of that shit passe. Let's get down to the get down.
Me too. Shit, I got some. I mean, excuse me. Shoot, I got stuff to say. Let me not cuss on this line.
Go ahead and say what you gotta say.
Okay,
I got you.
We've gotten and Mark out of the way. I guess we can go right on into this Friendsmas thing. Now, the first thing that we noticed was that they were talking about the gifts. I think that Cynthia said that the gift was originally supposed to be no more than $100, and I'm guessing they didn't want to do the $100 gifts. So she boosted the price up to $1,000 gifts, and you see what we came up with, child. But that's another thing.
That Drew ain't have.
Latoya, right.
Latoya and Marlo told her 30 minutes before that they couldn't make it. And I just want to say this to you guys. I want to know if I'm the only one that gets upset about this. If I'm having something and I've told you bitches about it weeks in advance, don't wait till 30 minutes later to tell me you can't come. Like, that shit is ridiculous.
Listen,
this shit pisses me off every time I do that.
It was
annoying shit in the world. Oh,
it was the 3 hours and 20 minutes late for me. How
That's what it was.
Somebody
I'd rather you not come than show your ass up 3 hours late.
I would slam the door in your face.
Exactly.
I would send you back to where you came down the hill like Nene did in season 5 when the girl showed up to her Hollywood house an hour late and the food was already served. I would send your ass back down the hill.
Right.
Don't do that. That's a no-no.
Exactly. And then on top of that, what I did notice when they was talking about the bearing of the gifts and all of this other stuff, with Shamia, I think that she was actually cool. I think Shamia is cool when she's not being a lapdog. I think she's absolutely cool when she's
Right,
not being a lapdog. Because I see she was
right.
getting
I
along
agree.
with everybody
Even her
at
and
the
Kenya was
store.
getting
She
along.
wasn't trying to.
I agree.
Yeah, they was even getting along, and even I think that with Latoya when she was on Speak on It today, she likes Shamia better outside the cameras because when on the camera she's and all she's trying to do is take a portion. So, and that is true. Even though I would love to have a friend like Shamia to be, barking my motherfucking defense, but I don't need that. However, I'm like, okay, I see that she's actually cool, being around. And I don't know what everybody gave everybody, but I do know that when Portia and Drew showed up with the pet monkey that she had on her head a couple of episodes ago that Latoya and Kenya were dragging her about. And I guess she thought that was gonna be funny. She even brought out a little boom box, one of the little boom boxes I had back in the 90s when I was growing up with the tape play and shit like that. She even brought that. She thought that she was gonna have a moment, and it was not a moment. It was a failed moment. It was she ran out of time. She was trying her hardest to keep that peach flowing. I feel
So,
like at this point, girl, you had
Scotty,
most of the fans on your side for most of the season
Scotty,
until now. Go
that
ahead, y'all real.
that that gag gift would have only worked under two conditions. Condition one, if she just gave it straight to Kenya, or, and me and Really B agree on this, and I think I said it on Terrence's Live, where had she had the gag gift, but then had the real gift off to the side, where it's just like, okay, cool, whatever. Okay, here's the real gift. Because neither one of those things happened.
Right.
It was corny. It blew up in her face, and this is that moment you can tell that she was grasping for straws to ensure that she got this damn peach.
Okay.
Listen,
I really
what got me was when she said
Let
the
your side
wig
say
was
what you gotta say.
$1,000.
Oh, go ahead, Terrence. You good? I can wait.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh
Sorry.
no, go ahead. I'm good.
Oh no, I was just saying
Not
what got me
$1,000.
was that $1,000 wig, and I'm like, Drew, girl, you don't even spend $1,000 for your own damn wig. So what the fuck make me think you finna go out here and spend the hard-earned coins that you don't got for a whole nother bitch for a wig? Like,
That
girl,
wig
get
was
out my
from
face.
Ultra Beauty Supply.
Like she just was
The wig
it.
was
Off the
recycled. It was her
mannequin,
shit.
honey. That was not $1,000. She done tried it. $1,000.
He said
Girl,
no,
lost
the
your
wig
damn
was
mind.
$1,000, and everybody got her together. Even Candy was like, "What, girl, back."
My thing is this. First of all, if they said the limit is $1,000, you don't bring your ass and come there bring. First of all, what was that? That looked like, y'all, I work at Ross part-time, okay? That little cat thingy, that they sell those at Ross for $29.99.
Sure do.
Okay?
Sure do.
First of
I think
all,
that too. That's the same one they have at Ross.
secondly, girl, you got a boombox from your damn attic to play the profit tape that didn't even make no goddamn sense. Like, I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm glad she went to tape that because she'd have been short coming to my house. I ain't had a tape deck in 10 years.
The Houston, Texas / Mississippi is about to come out, and because y'all, when I tell y'all I saw that scene, I damn knew through my phone. I almost threw my phone at work at the tape. My boss was like, "Are you okay, Nathan?" Yes, I'm fine, but they done pissed me off on this show. How dare you show
Josiah,
up?
Josiah, I guess she found that wig and that tight ass dress the same place in the attic. She found that damn boombox at. Girl, that dress was a mess. That wig was a mess.
God.
The gags gift was a mess. Drew, and I liked it, Drew. And I took up for Drew when Sakina went in to laugh on her. I ain't understand. I thought she was right. Now I see exactly what she's talking about.
Yes.
I see exactly what she's talking about.
Yes. Like,
let me tell you something about Sakina, baby. Let me tell you.
Sakina ready to say she told us so, because I made sure while I was editing my video last night that I recorded what I said when I mentioned her name. I tagged her in it on Instagram. Her ass was laughing her ass off. She been waiting to
I was
tell us that she
cracking up.
told us so the entire time. She been
I mentioned her in
dragging
my
the
live this
shit out
morning
of
too.
Drew.
I said she told us. She tried to tell us. We ain't want to listen to her.
She been dragging the shit out of Drew, dragging her for fucking points, and we all been trying to take up with Drew. We all been trying to take up
Yeah,
with
I
her.
didn't want to listen.
Oh, I'm sick of Drew.
I had Drew. We had your
I
back.
definitely
sis.
want to listen.
We had your back.
I'm
When
just-
Toya was coming at you, we had your back, bruh. What happened?
I'm trying to tell y'all, it's a
Rooting for
fighting
you.
intuition.
We were rooting for
I feel
you.
energy.
Sakina, you peeped it whenever they went on the. This is when I kind of peeped it too, but I didn't want to admit it, and I thought that she was just tripping. You remember whenever they was on the girls' trip and she was sitting on the stoop or whatever talking to
With Portia.
and she definitely was trying to get in where she fit in that scene. But I wasn't gonna hold it against her because I was like, well, who would want to be on Kenya's side? But then the more it went on, I was like, yeah, you reaching.
And listen, as a Christian, I just want to say this side note. Stop
Come on,
using God as
Right.
excuses.
Right.
Put on your BS.
Right.
I am a Christian. Okay.
Right.
I pray. I'm very
Right.
spiritual. But when you use God, oh, God done sent me up here to be petty. No, ma'am. You gonna get your
Right.
ass wet and you are making Christians look horrible, sis. Do
Right.
better because you look condescending as hell.
Okay, Josiah, thank you for saying that. Really be, I said, but I'm about to say it right here. First off, me rooting for Drew is only because she's from Chicago. Though she's from the South Side and I'm the West Side, we don't really fuck with the South Side like that. But I was rooting for her just on that. So because Josiah went and brought in Christianity, I think this is the time that I need to go ahead and say my piece. I already said it before, but here's the reality on some real shit though. Drew Fedora is a very dangerous woman. Dangerous.
Right.
For someone who wants to sit here and use Christianity the way that she did. Because if y'all really peep how she played this damn game, I know a lot of people were trying to figure out why Candy didn't go at Kenya the way she went at Drew. Well, what happened with Kenya and them, it was on camera. Where even if we didn't see nothing, we had the voice audio. It was on camera. With Drew, what she did is she called this woman, talking about Toya, in a real low point. And then introduce her to somebody. All of this is involving her spirituality and her soul. And you decide to take something that wasn't even on camera, that wasn't recorded, no nothing. And then when y'all are in Louisiana, I'm sorry, was it Louisiana?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
You decide to bring up, well, why aren't you drinking? Because if she isn't drinking, then maybe, just maybe, this counseling is working. So now you want to sit here and call her saying that she has a spirit of Delilah, but you don't explain what it is because you don't know what the fuck it is.
Okay.
You want to sit here and try to judge this woman, and I'm not going to go all the way deep, but you want to sit here. And for most Christians say we don't live by the law. If that's what y'all gonna say, cool. But stop using the law to sit here and judge somebody and demean somebody.
Right.
That's exactly what you did. So she has the Delilah spirit, but what do you have? Because last time that I checked, your baby daddy, that child was out of wedlock. Last time that I didn't you bust it wide open on the table with Bolo? But you want to sit here and say that she got the Delilah spirit. And one thing that I don't know if she really understands. See, women like her, pause. People like her are very dangerous because you are the very people that will lead somebody away from the Lord. And trust me, when I say, if there is a hell, you're going to find yourself there, because when God sits here and he shows you all the people that you care for coming into the kingdom, bullshit,
come on,
you have a first class ticket there. And that is, and again, yes, I am Jewish, but I was raised Baptist. I know this stuff. Granted, I know between myself and Terrence, we do get up here and we joke in a good way when it comes to things of the Lord. We don't do this shit. We don't sit here and desecrate the Lord's name. We don't lead people astray. If you listen to things that Terrence, everybody here, but Terrence and I say, if you really listen, we giving you some real shit that you can take home and use and apply in your real fucking life.
Yeah.
Drew Fedora ain't doing none of that fucking shit. And again, you can sit here and try to pin some stuff. And then what really pissed me off, and yes, I'm a dude and everything, but how dare you have this male thinking mentality where you want to sit here and you want to say that this woman then preyed on a man of God. She then came in, destroyed, literally trying to call her the devil. But you don't want to put none of this blame on this man, where if he was in a relationship, it's his responsibility. LaToya told that woman shit. And what does this have to do with you and your christening? Because ain't your mama a pastor? Couldn't your mama?
That's what I was saying.
Like when I tell you that Drew had me fucked up with this fucking antic, I was so damn through, because she is the woman. She's one of those people that you will drive somebody away from the church. And the fact that you try to sit here and paint this woman as a whoremonger, as a Jezebel. And one last thing, since you want to be so damn Christian, and I said on Really B's channel, 3 books, and I'm gonna throw the 4th in as a bonus: Mark, Matthew, Luke, and we're gonna throw John in there. That right there is Jesus. Everything after that don't fucking matter, because this is Jesus we talking about. Everything else is Paul, a motherfucker that ain't never met Jesus but had a vision of him. How about you read those 4 books and understand? Because last time that I checked, wasn't Jesus hanging around with the whoremongers, the harlots, and all these other people? Was he judging them? He was loving on them. He was sitting there inspiring them and trying to have them see the light. That needs to be your motherfucking example. And that's all I got. Because if I keep going, I'm going to say some real shit.
You better preach. You better
I need to go
read
to the bathroom and check my edges. I think you done moved them back a little bit. Lord.
Another thing, Drew, another thing. Drew, listen. I don't want you ever to throw up "You from Chicago" ever again, because you made Chicago look real bad. Not only is you a punk ass bitch, you's a lying ass bitch. Because how you gonna go on Watch What Happens Live and say on national TV that that girl threw that mannequin head at your head, and had it hit you, you would have called the lie? Excuse me? Just a couple of episodes, it was "Don't try me, I'm from Chicago, bitch." Not to mention last night episode, you ran up on it in that cheap ass stop trip.
They ran into his gate.
Right, so it's just like
not only
that's that Candace shit all over
that's all
again.
I'm saying,
girl. Yeah,
oh, Lord,
that's that Candace shit all over again. Like, girl, what is you gonna do? Either you bout that life, or you scary and you gonna call the law. You can't have it both ways. How you gonna get up there and want?
I didn't see.
Yeah, but how you gonna get up there and play along with this woman the way that you did, but then want to sit up there and play the witch right woman role? And oh my God, has she hit me? I'd have called the law. She would have been sued. What? Fine, Drew. Whatever. I'm gonna let you live.
Hey, Terrence.
Never intended to do anything.
I just want to say this one real quick thing, Terrence. So, all this is she talking. So when Toya grabbed you by your arm, why you ain't swing on her then, but you want to try to attack her when she threw a wig over your motherfucking head, though?
Right.
That's why I said she wasn't gonna do nothing.
That's what I'm saying, because of the simple fact, like, first of all, I didn't see Watch What Happens Live, so this is news to me what Terrence just brought up. She said she was gonna call the law if the mannequin would have hit her. But a couple of episodes back when y'all was in South Carolina, you said that the last bitch that grabbed me had her head rammed into a gate. Don't fuck with me. I'm from Chicago, bitch.
Exactly.
Now, that's what you said.
Come on, Cole.
That's what you said. Now, if you ramming bitch's head into a gate, I know you're not gonna call no law because of a fucking mannequin hitting you in the head when you just rammed the bitch head into a gate. You rammed the bitch head into a gate, but you want to call the police about a wig and a mannequin. Like, girl, bye. You have really,
but it wasn't even the mannequin head. It was the wig. It was the wig.
Right.
She said it was the mannequin head. That was what Drew said.
Exactly.
And Shamia and Portia co-signed. And I said, no, Drew, you lied. That mannequin head did not leave that desk, child. She threw that dingy ass wig over your head You got up trying to act like you was gonna do something, woke up us a break, and that's what happened. Stop lying, Drew. Come on now. Like, Lord.
Right, like girl, if you know you're not a fighter, just say you know you're not a fighter. Because one thing about me, I know I'm not a fighter, but I'm not afraid to fight. I will fight, but I'm not a fighter. I don't go out looking for fights. Now, if you put your hands on me, I'm gonna hit your ass back. That's all I'm saying. You know, like I never want to start no fight, but bitch, if you put your hands on me now, I'm gonna fight you.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
that's
not
different. Right. That's
if I
different.
got a brick in my hand, bitch, you get hit with it. Right. If you hit me, I don't fight for it now. If I got a damn water bottle in my hand, you gonna get hit with it. Don't hands on me.
But
I
I
told you I
found
want to
it.
fight you. Leave me alone now.
I found it
I'm
very
just
interesting. I found it very interesting how Kenya was calling Drew a narc though. Cause I mean, Kenya, ain't that the same shit that you
That's
was
what you've been
doing
doing since the damn Bolo
when it
trip.
came to Portia? I mean, that's what I be
I think
saying
it's
about Kenya.
hypocritical on
Kenya,
both
shut the
ends
fuck
though.
up. You talk too much.
I think it's hypocritical on both ends when it comes down to Kenya and Drew because Kenya calling Drew a narc about this whole Prophet Lot situation, but then you got Drew who also had an opinion about what Kenya was doing with the bowler shit, and she's doing the same thing Kenya did to Latoya. Now she's making it her business as to whether or not Latoya fucked Prophet Lot or not. My thing about it is what the fuck does her rock have to do with your family? If you
Right.
don't want the prophet to baptize your child, just find somebody else to baptize your child. Who he sticks his dick in has nothing to do with that. I'm trying to understand when you say you causing issues for me and my family. Is he fucking Latoya causing an issue for you and your family? Like, what the fuck they got to do anything? And on top of that, prophets are flesh, bitch. A lot of prophets be walking around here fucking anything that walks.
He already had a
When
child out
you
of
put
wedlock.
all this stock into pastor.
Hey, right quick.
Well,
That's what I'm
no.
saying.
Y'all going in, child.
I just want to say right quick, hey, there's 328 people watching and only 16 likes. If y'all are enjoying what we are bringing to y'all this evening with the gags, like Tara say, the shenanigans, the foolery, and all that goodness, hit that like button, please and thank you. Go ahead, Terrence.
Yeah, hit that like button, comment your thoughts and y'all opinions.
But is it just me though?
likes.
Oh, it's 96.
It's still
likes.
bad. Okay, it jumped up to 127, but y'all could do that. Okay, here we go. We jumping.
Oh, okay.
Jumping.
Now,
Jumping.
those
Okay.
fans, Sonny.
Okay.
Those them Drew
My
fans,
bad is
Drew
100.
fans do not appreciate us going in and letting her have on her. They say y'all hoes ain't getting no likes out of us. And we'll watch. We ain't like
me or do Drew?
that's the Drew thing.
Drew acting like she want to fuck the prophet. That's how she acting. Like she keep talking about it. She really.
Girl, not
That's
to
what
be
I said
real.
in my review.
She is acting like he did something to her.
Real Housewives of
To
Salt
be
Lake
real,
instead of Atlanta.
to be real, I think Danny was probably fucking Prophet a lot, and he got upset because he deviated from the plans when he saw Latoya, and he thought his pussy was better than that pussy. And that man said, "Oh no, sir, I want her," because I'm not understanding why that damn assistant is gossiping like that. Like, I want to talk to that assistant because I still feel like Prophet Lot like a silent sissy of the pew anyway. So it would have shocked me in a bit much if that's really what this is stemming from. And he was messing around with that assistant, and that assistant won't having it. And that assistant did what most sugar queens do. They called the man out.
Terrence, I agree with you because I didn't want to go for that man's sexuality because I don't really know him like that. But he was giving me a little bit, I swing both ways vibes. I ain't say nothing because I ain't trying to be messy.
Okay, but here's look. Parking Lot did not really appear on this episode, so can we not talk about Parking Lot? I care about it.
But she was the topic of discussion. And last week we didn't get to talk about it. Y'all didn't get to talk about it.
Yeah, I was just throwing it out there. I just wanted to know if somebody else felt the way I did. That's all.
No, I literally felt
Never
the same
thought
way,
about it
and I
that way,
said
but
in
I
my
wouldn't be
review
surprised.
that Drew definitely act like she want to fuck him because you was way too worried about where he is putting his peen. Like, okay, you and Danny, y'all about to be beefed out because at this point y'all arguing about the same thing, and it just don't make no sense. It's not that deep. It's really not.
Hell no,
Hey,
girl.
you know,
Listen, I could go to the store. I could go to the store and get a bottle of damn Poland Spring and say the Lord's Prayer over and do the Christmas, Drew. If
Not
it's
the
that
Polish
serious.
Springs.
hey,
All
y'all.
right, that's really all you need.
So look,
Like,
Not the
it's
bottled water.
you could do that
Oh
at
my
your house.
God.
That's 5 minutes. Like, it's not that big of a deal, sweet.
look, with these titles that we sit here and we give people that are within the ministry, let's be all the way honest. Yeah, again, I am Jewish, background is Baptist. Typically, when you deal with somebody that has the gift of prophecy, they are minister so-and-so that has the gift of prophecy. You do not hear people call somebody prophet so-and-so because the typical titles are bishop, apostle, pastor, preacher, but it's never that. And I'm trying to figure out with Drew, like,
Yo, that's not a prophet.
Y'all came up with because y'all trying to get this man some more steam than what the hell he really fucking needs. Because again, real people who have the gift of prophecy don't put themselves out like that.
They don't. And that's why he's not
And
real.
before somebody says something, I'm fully aware that the Bible says, touch not my anointing and do my prophets no harm. But what I'm doing right now is I'm telling y'all some real ish. That's what I'm doing right now. So these titles don't mean nothing. And for those that really get hung up on somebody's title, there's something wrong with that. Because when I was in North Carolina before I came to Chicago, I was having a heated conversation with somebody. And she was like, yeah, because Minister Jenkins. I'm like, yeah. So Karen said that. She like, Minister Jenkins. I'm like, Karen.
You know,
because the thing is, she was a previous pastor. But in that particular church, you a minister, which means your title don't mean nothing. The bishop is still there. So when I address her, your name is Karen, sweetheart. Until you sit here and you get another position, but people get so hung up on these positions and y'all fail to realize y'all do this, y'all are no heavenly good because what y'all want is this earth. You know what? Let me stop preaching. Go ahead.
No, I was just about to say that. I mean, I know that's kind of off topic, but I feel like black people in particular put these people like minister, prophet, bishop, apostle. We give these people, we give these people titles in the church. But at the end of the day, like, y'all not really even living up to your title, or you just far from
Drew.
But that's another story, child. I'm sorry. Okay.
Listen, Drew, you should have been knew that man wasn't no prophet because he couldn't prophesy you up a better wig, bitch. You should have known there was something up with his ass then. I don't know why you. I mean, like, Drew, get a better sense of discernment. That's what this boils down to. Get a better sense of damn discernment. Get a better stylist. Get a better wig maker. Get a better damn makeup artist while you're at it. Since we bringing up what you need.
If he was a prophet,
we bringing up necessities. God to give you what you want. God to give you what you want, but he really gonna give you what you need, Drew. I'm telling you what you need, girl.
If he was a prophet, he would have told her what Rap was doing in Tampa. If he was a fucking prophet, he would know what
he was with Ralph. They was doing
I think that storyline. I think that storyline fake. I'm gonna be real. I think that storyline fake. So? I do because I just feel like you don't even have this much energy with your husband with whoever he fucking down there in Tampa, but you got all the time in the world to be kiki and the foolalai and the business that's not yours with these damn people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just seems to me if that's really what's going on in your household and it's bothering you to your spirit, that's what you're gonna be focusing on. Like, I'm just like, we heard about it in the first couple of episodes. It got brought up one more episode after that, and then we never heard from her again. Now they lovey-dovey, they love each other, they're going everywhere together, they smiling, they hunky-dory. Like, I mean, so, is she lying about every damn thing else?
I agree, Terrence.
So at this point, I don't know what's true or what's not.
I agree.
So this is my question. Do y'all feel like that Drew will be able to recover from this cringe-worthy past few episodes that she had and still maintain her peach for season what? We in 14? Season 14 next season.
I mean, she still might get a piece just based off the shenanigans. Shout out to Jocelyn Hernandez that she displayed this season. But will she recover? No, because we all see through the BS. Some of us later than others. I put myself in it because Sakina was the one that caught it first off.
I'm guilty too.
I was trying to
but I was good until New Orleans. That's where she lost me. But she had me.
Not going to recover. And the messed up thing is, I wish Drew would have hit somebody else. So we could have told her, baby girl, you gave us 3 storylines, and they all didn't stick. Like, baby, pick one, let it ride out. Maybe introduce.
Don't give her no advice.
Okay,
let her be the fool.
Like, okay, Yarel says such and such and so. Okay, let me get my team and we'll put together.
Okay.
For season 14.
She said, do not give her no advice, honey.
Don't give her. Let her do her thing. Okay, she thinks she did something. Okay.
Okay. Well, look.
She did something.
Sakina. He tried out 3 times for this show. This is the best that she can give us after 3 attempts. So,
that's all. But y'all know what? Hold on, because I don't want this to be a drag. I don't want this to be a drag Drew session. Drew, I will give you this much. You look fabulous on Watch What Happens Live. Now I will give you that much. You had an adequate wig. Your makeup was cute. Your outfit was cute. Drew, I give you that. You looked good for that.
Okay,
but that's really all I got.
Hey,
Terrence, I give you that much.
Praise God for the Bravo Chat Passion. Halle to the Luya.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Because this was the best she's looked all season. Was on Watch What Happens Live.
She went to go meet her baby daddy. She looked cute.
Yeah, she did, which I find suspect about that. Which I find suspect about that. I'm be real. I don't think so. I think she was trying to kind of seduce that man with that Delilah spirit. Same thing she trying to say that she was going to do him. Like I'm just like,
okay, but
don't get me wrong.
Terrence,
I can see the allure a little bit.
Both her baby daddies favor each other, so she has a type.
Hey, they do look like each other. They look like twins.
They do look like each other, right?
Like the older brother, for sure.
And listen, Ralph ain't stupid. He got to be cordial with that man. That man did a hard time. That man had to fight to keep his badissi tight. Many a night. Ralph ain't gonna play around with that damn man.
He reminds
that man gonna pick his goddamn nose. Ralph better know he can do it.
He gives me.
That's why, Ralph. You play nice.
But if you flick his switch, you know how them them jail guys are like. They could be real cool, but if you trigger them, it's a wrap. So
and that's that man's son.
Play cool with homeboy because he might beat his ass.
I'm just trying to figure out when he went to jail because the shirt he showed up in. When did you go to jail?
Right.
That shirt was terrible.
It got his shirt from Ross because I saw when I was cleaning the men's section the other night, they had that same shirt in the men's section. So he got his shirt from Ross. It's
the belt was a knockoff Louis V.
The
belt. Did y'all peep the LB belt?
I didn't even pay that much attention.
No shit, and listen, and no shade to people that shop at Ross, honey. Clearly, I like a good discount.
I'm saying I shop at Ross. Listen, I go to Ross now.
Right? No, I love Ross. All my stuff I'm cheap. I'm very frugal. Right, but there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, I just saw that same shirt.
And Drew, listen, no shame. Drew, listen. It also ain't nothing wrong with you wanting a thug. Like I said, that's my type of man. My man got to have about 10 different baby mamas, a couple felonies, had to been in jail about at least, a good 15 years. I mean, I get it, Drew. I totally get it. And then you had an image to maintain, and then that's why you got with Ralph, because Ralph was more polished. But I'm sorry. I still feel like something's off with Ralph, and Drew still need to watch her back. Because something about him.
Okay, somebody in the chat said they had a question for the panel, and I want to know what the question is. So, Sharice Woods, what's the question? We'll be waiting.
Lord.
I'm nervous.
Until you,
Okay, well,
until you,
Me too, okay.
right, until you come up
wait,
with
wait, while we're waiting, I did want to say that when Drew gave that BS gift, it was funny how Portia turned to her and be like, okay, so where's the? I forget what she said, but she pretty much is like, is that the real
She was
gift?
like, she said you really do have, but you do have $1,000 gift, though,
Right,
right?
right. So that right there lets you know the girl that you get up this whole season is looking at you like, now, girl. Now I don't mess with Kenya like that, but really, because Kenya,
Right.
not Kenya, Candy made it clear. If I got that gift, would have been some smoke in the city and not a fire trying to put out the fire.
And shout out to Candy, honey. She is the MVP of the episode because she got Drew ass together low key. She read
Bruh.
her. I was like, oh, come on, Miss Candy.
Well, that's
Candy knows to fight.
Well, no, but that's because, like, given everything, like, you have her being holier than thou, and then with this gift, and then trying to sit here and paint a woman to sit here and be a predator. Like, y'all know Candy is very free with herself. Granted, she gives me real, I'm going to just lay there and let you do all the work. Realness. But outside of that, Candy don't like that whole stereotype. So for her to sit here and try to paint another woman to be this way, all of that combined, Candy wasn't here for the bullshit. It's just like you bring this bullshit ass gift, and then you really want to sit here and paint this woman to be a hoe. And don't forget, Candy don't drink. So Candy saw everything that happened in South Carolina with clear glasses, meaning that she probably saw everything that Drew did. I'm gonna tell you that.
Every time I think of that,
and on top of that, it
I
was
think
just
of
the
P
fact
Valley
that,
theme song, child. Down in the valley when the girls get.
but I think it's just the fact that Drew was trying to make it come across as though Latoya was a predator, as if the man himself, like, what makes Latoya a predator? So you're trying to say that the prophet can't, set his sights on the woman that he wanna get with,
Right.
whether he's pregnant or not? I mean, not
But
pregnant,
that
whether
dumbass tape didn't
whether
even
he's
prove anything.
holier than thou or not. Right? It's stupid.
You saying
What
the
was
prophet
that?
saying that he liked Latoya.
But
It was so vague to me. Like,
yeah.
bitch, this stupid ass cassette tape that you got. First of all, bitch, why didn't you use voice memo? Record somebody.
Right.
How did you in President in 2021? How the fuck did you even record something with a cassette tape in 2021? How did this happen?
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, who had a tape deck that was recording the conversation? Like, where did this even come from?
Did you record
Probably
this
her
over an
mama.
old R.
Exactly.
Kelly cassette tape? Because how where did you get cassette
Her
tape
mama.
from? Probably her mama. You right.
All right, I'm telling y'all, her mama
Okay,
looked
it's
like
possible-
I'm telling you, her mama used to look like she used to drink Budweiser to smoke Virginia Slims.
Oh, Jesus.
So I know that mama got a cassette tape somewhere around there.
But 100
But as far as the question on the screen, they say everybody was asking the question when Candy got Drew together, and I don't see what that has to do with anything. But I think that that's a cop out because Candy does call Kenya out a lot.
Candy does
Maybe not
call
as much as
Kenya.
y'all want her to, but she does call Kenya out.
Did they forget South Carolina?
She does call Kenya out.
Right.
And when
Right. She been
and when
calling.
she sent
First
the
they was dragging.
news, proposal, got it together right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That's my thing. People always bring up Kenya when she's not even a topic of discussion.
But Sakina, here's the thing though,
Yeah,
and
it's like
I already said it when it came to Kenya. What Kenya did, this shit happened on camera, even if they didn't have no footage. The audio was already recorded. What Drew did, what she brought up, this never was recorded. So you bringing up shit that wasn't. It's one thing if shit got deleted. It never got recorded, and you're trying to sit here and pin this on this woman. Plus, Candy already know they are there to do a job. Kenya is doing the job. Candy whole thing is don't involve me in it. That's all Candy really was saying is don't put me in the shit.
yeah. My
is everybody puts so many expectations on Candy. They want Candy to call people out, but then they get to call certain people out though. It's like y'all want her to call people out, but when she does, y'all want her to shut the fuck up. She calls Kenya out, then y'all drag her for calling Kenya out and say that she's only trying to protect Portia and all of this other stuff. Then she calls Drew out in it, but she doesn't call Kenya out. But y'all just got done dragging her for calling her out early in the season. It's like she gets the raw deal all the time. When she speaks up, it's a problem, and when she don't say nothing, it's a problem. So I don't know. However, this was the question that Sharice had in store for us. The question was, if Tanya stayed throughout the rest of the season, what kind of gift you think she would have bought for the elephant exchange? And was Latoya drunk from Cynthia's house? I was Latoya drunk. And as far as Tanya and her gift, I don't know. I don't know.
It would have
what
been
kind of
fabulous
gift, Tanya
though,
would've
because
gave
Tanya's
them.
got beautiful taste.
Something nice, yeah.
I don't think
Yeah,
it
she
was
does.
drunk. I mean, she might have been, but I don't think it would have made a difference. She probably
Wait,
still would have
wait.
gone with that movie.
Wait, can I say something right quick? Because somebody in the comments has said Candy don't speak up for the right things. Look, on some I understand what everybody is saying, but I need for everybody to take that same mirror that y'all try to put in Kenya, put it on yourself. Because do you speak up for all the right things? Do you speak up? You know, your Uncle Johnny been playing with one of the little kids over at the damn party. Do y'all speak up for all the right things? So y'all want to sit here and put. Granted, I do like Kenya and I do like Candy, but y'all want to put so much on Candy. Do y'all live by the same damn morals and standards that y'all try to pin on her? But y'all only doing this because y'all don't like Kenya and y'all want Candy and Kenya to have motherfucking bad.
Right.
But
And
my
y'all
thing is
asking the
this.
wrong question for
That
Tanya.
ain't
My
I
thing
want to
is
know
this.
the role Tanya played. Because Tanya look like the slob on a knob kind of girl. Tanya don't know what to do with the kind of dick that Bulldog got. She look like the slob on a knob kind of girl. That's what I
Portia
said.
out.
What y'all think?
Okay,
She was eating Portia out.
She don't look like she about that life.
Oh wait, and I did want to say one last thing, and this is directed at Kenya because I do like Kenya, but Kenya, I'm gonna need for you to calm the hell down because you want to sit here and call these women hoes so damn much. But if you was being a ho, maybe Mark would have been at home.
Oh damn.
Oh,
No, sir.
Child, Mark
Yeah,
would have been that whole
You know how
series.
many
Mark
women
can't
out here
be.
that's getting cheated on?
Mark can't live his real life with Kenya Gurrell, so this was gonna happen regardless. I keep trying to tell y'all, Kenya was in a lesbian relationship for all these damn years, and they brought a baby up into this mess. I mean, let's just call it thing. But I still feel like he would have done whatever he wanted to done because that's just the type of fuck nigga that he is. Like they say, he got other kids, and he's not there for none of his other kids. So I don't know what made Kenya think that her baby was just gonna be so much more better or grander or special.
And Terrence with that, but here's the other thing. I'm saying all this to say this. Kenya is in the glass house and don't need to be throwing stones. It's pretty much what that boils down to, where whatever you got for these other women, how they dressing and what they doing, your love life ain't all that perfect. So you probably shouldn't be sitting here speaking on other women when there are probably other things that you could be doing. Granted, that wouldn't change, and Mark will still be doing the BS that he doing. But I'm just saying. And look, Sakina, baby girl, I love you down, but I wouldn't be me if I didn't give everybody a little zinger. Because, and you know what? Since I'm giving zingers, Cynthia 50 Cent, Thomas Bailey Hill, whatever your last name is, you a motherfucking fool if I ain't never seen one. Because you done sat here and kicked Portia in her, you know what, but you ain't do shit to Toya when she jumped on your motherfucking couch. Rick James, your motherfucking so fuck your couch. You ain't do shit to Toya when she was jumping on your motherfucking couch.
There's so much going on. I didn't even realize she jumped on her couch because somebody else said that too.
Me either.
Okay, no, same here. I was typing up a report, child. I just heard the audio.
I ain't catching it.
Child, I would have heard.
But Cynthia put her foot up like she was about ready to kick Drew, like she kicked Portia. But again, you ain't do shit to Toya when she was jumping on your motherfucking couch. I see you. See you.
But see, she was
But-
on the defense
To
then.
be honest,
Down on
Right,
the
she
boat.
was on the
Should've
defense
cussed her
then.
out.
Yep. She was going through that divorce.
To be honest, though, she should have cussed both of their asses out when they was trying to fight up in her house. I never forget one time. It was
Right.
one Christmas we was at our friend's house and two of our friends fought in her house. We never was able to come back to her house ever since that day. I sure hate it.
And you made it. Hey,
Cuss
so
the fuck
somebody
out.
wanted us to talk about Kenya and Toya stealing those champagne bottles. I was here to fuck for it. You get that bullshit.
I was here for it.
I love that shit.
I was here for it.
That's something I
was
would have done.
here.
I was all right with it. I was all the way all right with it. Listen, I wasn't mad at Portia for getting that to-go plate.
I would have took them too.
Okay, that food was so good. That food looked amazing. Okay.
And Sakina, since you brought up the food, because I think I said this,
Right.
on your channel, really be production ain't finna sit here and tell Yarrell he can't eat shit. If my ass, I can't eat the food, I'll be on the motherfucking phone, be like, I need me a fish platter, I need me some steak, I need me
Right.
some roasted potatoes, I
Right.
need me a Dr. Pepper with no ice, but a cup with some ice on the side. You ain't finna sit here and tell me I'm finna sit here looking at all this good ass food. I can't eat shit. Oh, you got me and the game fucked up.
But you
That
know
food
what?
looked
With
amazing.
Cynthia always have bomb ass food at her events. Even at her Bailey Q, she always bring it with the food.
Even if it's called meatballs, it ain't great.
Listen, I feel like this. At the reunion, more than likely they're gonna start with Cynthia and Mike's wedding, but after that, Cynthia's just gonna be there.
No,
That's how I feel.
no,
Yes, she is. Because what else has she gave?
What else she got to talk about?
It's not about what she gave, but if y'all follow Cynthia from all the other seasons where she really didn't have none, she go interject here, say a little something there. Or I can't believe y'all said that. Or well, y'all should have did. She gonna say a little something because that's what Claudia fucked up. Because after they got done with Claudia, she had nothing else to say, and also Nene wanted her ass off the show. But you got to sit here and get your little words in here and there. You got to be in every little segment.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna chime
You
in?
gotta find a way to jump in there. But just making
He
it
gonna have something to say.
make whatever you jumping in make sense.
It's
That's
Right.
like I
And
don't.
season.
And again, to the people watching, if y'all enjoying the show, if y'all enjoying me and Sakina cutting up and had that little tiff, hit the like button. Go ahead, show some love over here. If y'all want to see and bless the host, y'all can go ahead and hit that super chat. And if you want to join, if he has that option, you can hit the super chat button. And at the very bottom, it says join. I'm trying to put y'all up on some game because my brother here does some good content from the reviews, Yes for the Mess, and even the preludes. Y'all need to get up on game and stop playing with my brother over here.
Come on, commercial. I love you.
Right, you know.
And Boys Night Out. And Boys Night Out that features Giving You the Real Tea, Josiah's World, and Jamar 84. That's something new that we got. And
And the spinoff.
let me just
Lady
plug in a couple of.
Yes, we got two
Yes, yes.
spin-offs. Lady First and Boys Night Out. Turn up. And also, guys, I'm working on collaborating with everybody on this panel. So stay tuned. Me and Sakina collaborating tomorrow, honey, talking about Latoya gay boyfriend. So stay on the lookout for that. Okay. Okay. Yes, y'all already know her boyfriend is openly bisexual. We gotta talk about that. That's
And
it.
one
Oh, I did not know that.
and one last thing, Scotty by Nature TV is trying to work on another panel with the same group that we did for the colorism to talk about mental health next month. So stay tuned for that. Look forward for that. I mean, I already know that I'll be a part of it. So there's a lot of good stuff coming from everybody over here. And yes, I am the one that will sit here and give y'all a real quick infomercial in this mug because that's what I'm here to do. Not only am I a glorified secretary working every day of the week, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna let y'all know what's going on.
We love to see it and hear it.
And he's a great moderator. He keeps everything in check around this bitch. He keeps it all in check. Believe me, okay? Like, just First of all, I can't wait for the mental health panel though. That's gonna be good. I
May is
think we should
I
all talk
think
about
May
our
is
traumas and
National
stuff like that.
May is
That's
Mental
gonna
Health Awareness Month. So that's a really good panel to talk about like mental health in the Black community, trauma, depression, ADHD, like different types of stuff. I think it will
And
be
you know what? And Scotty, if you can get everyone to do it, I would recommend you have people watch the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and even WandaVision, because WandaVision touched on the different stages of grief, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier spoke on depression and even dealing with people who are in the service and how they don't get certain help and all these other things. So this would all be something that could really tie in to the conversation.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, and on top of that, let me also say this too. That particular that topic about mental health, that was actually Josiah's idea. So shout out to Josiah for that. He actually told me to do that. So
You don't gotta put me out.
I don't want to take all the credit. That was his idea. That was all his idea, child. Y'all talking about Married to Medicine, child? I haven't watched Married to Medicine since the second, third episode. I'm not interested in Married to Medicine. It's not.
I didn't watch, but I heard nothing happened, so there's kind of sort of nothing to talk about.
With Married to Medicine,
Lisa is on there, and still nothing really popping off too much.
No, for real, because I just watched it before I hopped on the panel, and I did my review. But I'm like, should I post this shit? Because this shit is really dry for real. Like, I mean, it's nothing to really talk about.
The biggest thing that pissed me off with last night's episode of Married to Medicine was the production is just sloppy. Like, you want me to believe that on a trip that's hosted by Dr. Heavenly, and supposedly they all chipped in on this private jet, and they are renting this house, this, Airbnb, and Heavenly is hosting it. You want me to believe that Lisa Nicole and Carrie show up and Dr. Heavenly don't have no smoke for them other than a little bit of rumble? Like, that's just not realistic. And who just shows up and invites two people on a trip where we all chipped in on the transportation, whether it was a bus, whether it was a rental? Who just chips in, like, and nobody has nothing to say about it? And how did you just know there was going to be 2 extra rooms at the Airbnb for these people that ain't nobody invite? Like, I felt like, okay, production, this was real sloppy. Like, you and Dr. Heavenly of all people ain't give up no smoke.
Really be the person that does it is Tacky Toya. That's who does that, Tacky Toya.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is I understand her doing it. But here's the thing. They could have made it so much more believable if Dr. Heavenly had a meltdown. She has them all the fucking time. It wouldn't have been, but if she had been on that plane and was like, we ain't taking off until somebody cash at me, blah, 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 blah. Like, if you had act like it was an issue, if you had made it seem like when they got to the house that they had to share a room, like, give me something to make it a little bit more believable that this was a situation where Toya went rogue. But the fact that they showed up, and I mean, Dr. Heavenly rolled her eyes and mumbled under her breath, but she ain't getting no smoke. And then when they was doing the room thing, and they was going through that whole room situation, ain't nobody mention the fact that y'all had 2 extra people that y'all didn't know was coming. Ain't nobody say nothing about that.
Yeah, I definitely
that's the only thing that really
on the jet. Like, bitch, how you know it was enough room? And then Carrie, I feel like she was too boisterous. Like, girl, shut the hell up. First of all, you with your little bag, yeah, bitch, sit over here, because me and my man were sitting here. And it was just like a lot. Like, yeah, I didn't like that. And really, because if that shit happened to me in real life, and then I even talked about that in my review. Bitch, if you bring 2 people that I was not expecting, expect me to show my ass, because bitch, at this point now I'm pissed off because you got people that I don't fuck with coming to my event. And then not even if I don't fuck with you, you're not telling me what's up. Like,
and I don't even rock with these people. Like, I don't fuck with them. Ain't no way in the world. Like, I was like, they just, again, we know that it was production. We know that production paid for everything. We know, we get that part of it, but you got to make it a little bit more believable. You got to at least pretend. I just felt like it was real
And
sloppy.
bring the white lady for what? Bring the white lady for what? I don't have time to be trying to
Talking about she do a lot of work.
No.
Wait a minute. On
Well,
one hand, they were talking about she does a lot of work with Black Lives Matter. But then when they were doing the Black History trivia, she was like, "Yeah, I don't have no questions about Obama."
Obama.
Girl.
Sit your ass out. Get off the damn bus. Get off the flight. That's why I said we do not need token white people on shows for us. Period. I am a firm believer.
But
that
can I ask y'all a question? Can I ask y'all a question though? And I see this a lot, especially being that the Housewives of Atlanta did not give everybody what they wanted. But I get highly irritated when I see people constantly put out Married to Medicine is so much better than Housewives of Atlanta. Married to Medicine, it's not. It's boring. It's fuck. It's not giving. Like that show has been boring for the last few seasons, and especially now. I don't even like Mariah, but there's no Mariah and there's no Quad. The two people that actually bring the most to the
I do think they need Quad. They are
Obnoxious.
definitely missing Quad. They are definitely missing Quad.
And I will say this: I think that first season, it was a couple years ago, but that first season when Contessa first came on, that was a good ass season with the girls. But overall, like it has
Probably the last one.
Well, I mean, the only good thing, in my opinion, that happened this season was the whole little event, or should I say, event that old girl had, and Contessa dropped that damn napkin on her because I hollered, but I was so pissed in that episode, and we saw in the very next episode where you're trying to make this a storyline that you disrespected my mother. When I tell you that I got very pissed because I understand you are of I want to say Indian descent, and yes, you are a person of color. But what you not finna do is sit here and make it seem like Contessa disrespected your mother. Your mother disrespected her when she got out her seat and put her hands on her and tried to make her sit down, saying, well, it's just my culture. She said, well, in the Black culture, you put your hands on. I was like, I don't see it for Contessa all the time, even though she a vet like me. Props. But I wasn't here for that. Like, why are you trying to make this a thing?
You know what irritates me on these shows? And again, I don't know how much of it is just production or whatever. I'm gonna need these people to stop acting like they don't know that they mamas do too much. Like Candy, that's the criticism people used to have of Candy, where her mother used to overstep and say too much and do too much, and Candy would sit there and act like she didn't understand what other people were saying. And my thing is, I know it's your mom, and it's only but so much you gonna say to your mom, but don't sit here and act like you oblivious to it. And it was the same thing with that. Like, your mother is extra. You know your mother is extra and your mother be doing too much. And for you to sit there and act like you don't understand what Contessa was saying and you didn't feel like your mother did way too much. Like, first of all, you was doing too much.
She's not dumb.
And not just that, what's going to happen is, and this is some real shit, your mama finna fuck up your marriage and your bag while you sit
there.
She is. That husband do not like her. That husband do not like her, and she made it clear to her daddy too. Mama come here, I ain't gonna have no husband.
Wait, but here's the thing though, but that's also because, and here's the thing, and I say this a lot, I understand dynamics when you're dealing with the baby boomers with Generation X and Y. I'm Generation Y. I would assume old girl might be Generation X, so I do understand what's going on there. But we've got to this point where people feel if you sit here and you check your parent, or you tell them that you overstepped your bounds, everyone's quick to say you just disrespected your parent. No, what you're doing is you're establishing boundaries and letting your parent know that, yes, you may be my senior, obviously, and you brought me in, but your behavior is atrocious and is not conducive to a great relationship. But because she's not willing to say that to her mother. Now, here's the thing, the daddy whole thing is happy wife, happy life. That's what the daddy pretty much is saying. That has nothing to do with this. And if she was able to talk to her mother more and check her or give her a little, hold on, you're doing too much when you step too far out of line, her husband wouldn't have a problem with it. But when her mother says something, I think it's Anila on the road, whatever her name is,
like that.
You sit there and don't say that, just like, oh, I didn't hear nothing. And that's what's going to mess up your marriage, because I don't think he would be opposed to moving her in. but he don't want to move her in. And when she says something,
like
you
that.
don't say nothing. And if he checks her, now he's the bad guy. That's what this is. So what she needs to do is, instead of sitting here trying to cape for Toya, grow a damn backbone and talk to your damn mama.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think
believe in
Contessa
it.
was rude at all. I don't see how Contessa was rude at all.
She wasn't.
She was literally
Listen.
pulling on Contessa like, get off me. When you get to tugging on people, that's how you get a bolt in the face.
Exactly. And Contessa was like, ma'am. She was like, ma'am. I mean, she was. I felt like she was very polite because that woman was holding on to her arm, and she said, "Listen, she was like, if I yank away from you, I might hurt you because I know I'm strong. So please let go of my arm before I have to do something." And I don't feel like she was, because I feel like what would have been rude is if she had assaulted your mama. Like, she was trying to be nice about it. I mean, she knows her strength. Like, have y'all seen Contessa's arms? Like, she knows her strength.
Honey's in shape, and she got a military pass, and
Yeah.
she's still slim.
Yeah.
Like,
And even in one of the episodes, you saw her jogging to her place of work to be her husband there. Contessa is fit. Stop playing with again, y'all know I have certain people that are, so if you from Chicago, I'm gonna ride with you. If you a veteran, I'm gonna ride with you. Now I might have to drop off if you do some fuck shit though. But yeah. And the thing is, like, and you know what? Since we're talking, let me ask y'all: would Contessa have been wrong had she not gave the warning and just snatched away from her mother? Would she have been wrong?
I still don't think she'd have been wrong, but it would have looked a lot worse.
Yeah,
it would have looked really bad. I still don't think she would have been wrong though.
And then Contessa even made it clear: your heritage might be from India, but baby girl, you was born in America. I was like, oh, did she pull it? Did you pull it, Contessa? I was like, oh shit.
don't act like you unaware, bitch. Let's not do it. Let's not do it today.
And I feel like she was trying to turn that into a thing, and Contessa nipped that thing in the bud. Now I feel like she's gonna bring it back up before the season's over because she really don't have a storyline. But Contessa nipped that in the bud real quick, because I feel like she was really trying to carry that on. But
listen,
she ain't really got much of a storyline. I can go without her for real.
Oh wait, what you gotta say, Taurus?
Go ahead, T.
Come on, T. Come on.
Let child listen. This is all I want to say, and I'm sure I can speak for Scotty when I say this. Child, I just grew gray hairs on my pubes listening to y'all talk about these frowsy females that I don't watch no more. Girl, I ain't seen that to Madison. I ain't seen them frowsy husbands ever since Mariah and Toya got into the fight down to the pool, and Miss Lucy was hitting her upside the head.
That was the first season, sir.
Child, so I don't know what Contessa got going on. I mean, according to Really B, she got them Miles Mabley arms. Girl, I guess, child. But don't pull away from your mom. All right, is there a mama that y'all get? Don't pull away from your mama, child. That's your only mama. Don't do that.
Now I do want to say this. I do want to say this. I know CC Freak is in the chat. CC Freak, we gonna have to add Anila, Akila, and the Bees Mama. We gonna have to have her on Mamas of Hip Hop. Though this ain't got shit to do with hip hop. We gonna have because we was coming up with a roster of the Mamas of Hip Hop. You know, like Mama T, Mama Dap, Mama Lyrica Senior. Like we was coming up with a list. Like Akila and the Bees Mama might need to be on there. She might give us a little something. And also,
she definitely would.
And also, if Mona, or as it's Ross like to say, if Mona bitch still is their idea, because we just been so many different platforms. If they steal this idea, Mona,
you may as well.
You gonna run me and CC? You gonna run us a check?
Hold on.
They may as well throw in Miss Lucy, child, because if anybody get into a fight, y'all know she gonna be right there with her clutch, honey. Ready to go in.
I agree.
Ready to go in.
Wait, I'm saying this because with Bravo doing this whole kids show of the Housewives, Alex and Chris, aka CW1, they actually mentioned this on one of their shows that this is something they should do. And now Bravo that came up with the idea. So again, Mona bitch or the rest of y'all, if y'all steal the mamas of hip hop from us or give it a brand new name, I'm hiring somebody. I want my damn check. Better yet, consult with me.
I'm mad that they said Abby DC Mama and her wig. Oh my god.
Baby,
And I think that's the most version of the housewives.
Yeah, Jody.
DC Mama and her wig though.
Bruh. While we on the topic of love and hip hop, real quick, let me say this while we talk about love and hip hop and them. This damn couples retreat bullshit that VH1 is trying to give us. I want to fight VH1 so bad for the commercial alone because they said something about the black love experience. Bitch, you got me fucked up. When did Kirk and Rashida, Yandy MNDC, Michael Blackson, and whoever the fuck he dating, when the fuck has it ever been black couple goals? What y'all will not do is put trash ass couples together and give them the status of black love. Cause bitch, I think the fuck not. That shit pisses me off so bad.
Wait, the only couple from these shows that I can say is couple goals is Remy and Papoose.
Remy and Papoose. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm with that.
That's it.
When I tell you Papoose is a real one that has stuck it out because normally it's the woman waiting for the man to come out. Papoose stayed down for his motherfucking wife.
He sure did. He sure did.
He really did.
Drama,
And why are we still dealing?
out.
Why are we still dealing with Trash Can Yan and Felony Man DCs anyway? Like, girl, are y'all even like? Are we? Are y'all married? Like, I'm still trying to figure that out. Like, I'm so confused about what the hell their union is. And every chance that Mona gets, she wants to throw them in our face. Girl, we don't give a damn about.
She cool with Yandy
that's because Yandy is an EP. You gonna always get Yandy. Yandy's an EP.
Yeah, and right quick, CCF Freak, yes. Karen King. We need Karen King too on the show.
I love me some KK. I love me some KK.
Yes.
I miss the mama more than the damn kids. Fuck them kids. Another example of that.
Okay, well,
but you know what? What really?
No, Scotty.
No. Let me get this out.
Go ahead.
Let me get this out right quick. I got to get this out. But why does Love Hip Hop keep shoving Georgia and Kirk down our throats? I'm so sick of trying to make them out to be the Love and Hip Hop super couple. Like, they really make them out to be couple goals, the couple that everybody wants to be like. Don't nobody want to be like Kirk and Georgia Prom. Like, I'm sick of them.
Scotty,
they are the
you
main.
speaking to me.
I will not be watching Couple Retreat.
You are speaking to me when I tell you I damn near hate that motherfucking couple. I cannot stand Kirk and Rashida and his strong ass Adam's apple with his 2 earrings. I cannot stand them. Ass to the point where one of my friends was like, "Oh, let's go to Kirk Bistro one day." I wanted to slap that bitch. Don't you dare, bitch! I would never go and support them. Like, for real, I don't fuck with Kirk and Rashida at all. I cannot stand them. Out of all the Love and Hip Hop couples, they're the ones for me that will get my feathers ruffled because I do not fuck with them.
Listen, I feel the same way about Ray J and Prinky, and you see they found the way to migrate their asses up there. I'm so sick and tired of them. I don't know what the hell to do. Ain't that there? I thought they was getting a divorce.
I also feel like it's the way it was marketed. Because like you said, Sakina, don't market it as black love. Market it as these are couples in trouble and they came here to get some help.
Right.
Because one of them couples is like all of them from the previews, it looks like all of them are having issues. And that would have been, for me, a better marketing. Like, don't come at me with the whole, like you said, with that whole black love thing. Like, come on.
Really be what VH1 is trying to do is, even though we already got Marriage Boot Camp, they're trying to give us a different version, but the same
Definitely.
shit.
That's
of
all this
marriage
is marriage boot camp.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That's
Mhm.
exactly what it is. Yeah. I just feel like it's really disrespectful for them to say black love when we've watched these fucking couples throughout the years play with their marriages, make up fake storylines, real storylines, and all it is. And it's just nothing is healthy about these people's relationships. Like,
Yeah, I
it's
mean
disrespectful as fuck.
Ray J and Princess, they keep the court system on a rotation because between them filing and unfiling, they damn
Okay.
divorce.
Right.
So
Like,
I wanted to ask this question because I asked it on Really Beach Channel, but I ask it here. And I know we about to run over the 2-hour mark, but forgive me, Scotty. My question is, has anybody watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier? And if so, what is y'all takes on it? Because I'm only bringing it up because I did mention that in WandaVision in correlation to the mental health panel. But I'm bringing it up because the finale, because I don't know if we're going to get a season 2, is Friday. But I appreciate it in this past week's or Friday's episode where we really dug into, the African American, I guess you could say, soldier, who his whole background, because they touched on the Tuskegee Project, and all this other stuff, and how the parallels of what Chris Rogers did compared to him, and the whole self-respecting African American person will want to be Captain America, and just this whole entire thing, because Disney really does not touch on matters of race. I mean, we was blessed to get Black Panther, let's be honest, but for them to really tackle this, I felt like that was so powerful, and it was such a great moment to have because it really sparked conversation. So I'm wondering if anybody has watched it and what y'all perspective is of it. Or am I the only one that watched it?
I've never heard of it.
Is it on Disney Plus?
I haven't seen it.
I ain't watched that match.
Why I gotta be mad? Why I gotta be mad?
Okay.
Is it on Disney Plus? I will watch it.
No, it's on Disney Plus. This upcoming Friday is going to be the finale of this season.
Okay.
And they did a good job of doing the parallels and whatnot, and really, showing African Americans in a different light. But I did appreciate that conversation because, for those who don't know, with the Tuskegee Project,
Right.
a lot of African American soldiers in World War II were just given, vaccines and whatnot, or these shots, and weren't told what they were. Because I know when I went through, I was told, raise up your right and your left shirt, shot, and then bend over and got a shot in my butt out. And it's like, they tell you what it is, but you don't know. And then when the H1N1 came out, no American wanted to take it, so they made the soldiers take it because they can do that. And even with this vaccine, when no one wanted to take this vaccine, guess who they went to make take it? The military. I won't say soldiers because the soldiers is army. They made the military take it. So I like how they did the parallels of, even though this is comic based, we're going to touch on some real stuff. And this one particular African, I forget his name, but when I tell you this old man acted his damn ass off, like I sat back just like, oh shit. Like it was so beautiful and convincing. And to see Disney sit here and give us this, it was so beautiful, and it speaks to so much. Granted, this last episode was a lot of buildup, and there still will be plot holes. It was a great thing. And even in that episode, they talked on the whole mental health, and the guy who's supposed to become U.S. agent, who is the new Captain America, when he said during his court martial, if you will, like, you made me, you made me a soldier, you made me this, you made me do this, this, and this, and now you throw me away. Like, all of that was so much, because with WandaVision, you had them talking about grief. And now with this, you have us talking about, obviously, mental health, taking on a mantle, and even with that, how once you're done dealing with the government as a soldier or a airman, seaman, whatever, how you're just thrown to the side. Like, I can appreciate that. So if y'all haven't seen it, I want y'all to see it so we can talk about it next week, because The series finale is this Friday. Like, I want us to talk about it. It is so good.
And what is it called again?
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay.
It's on
And it's
Disney
the
Plus.
series
So if you
finale.
have Disney Plus, you can get it.
Yeah, and if you guys watch WandaVision, if you don't have any background on Wanda and Vision, the first 2 episodes is going to just have you looking like, what the hell? But just watch it, because when you get to the 3rd episode, they put it all in the context. But even watching it, it is so beautiful to watch because you have Wanda who is dealing with grief, but she hasn't accepted it yet. And that is something, especially as African Americans, we deal with that when we have grief and we don't deal with it properly, and we try to find mechanisms to deal with it because we don't have the access for someone to help us to, deal with the different issues. Look, this is some good stuff. I know I done took us on a tangent, but I'm just saying, if y'all haven't watched it, it's some good shit.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you sure have made a great play for everybody to want to watch it, because
And again, I ain't even getting paid by Marvel. I'm not getting paid by Marvel or Disney Plus, but I'm just saying these 2 particular series are great. And the other thing is, if you have the Winter Soldier and the Falcon, or Falcon and the Winter Soldier, if they try to make that into a movie, we will lose so much of that African American experience with that African American super soldier. So I'm glad they gave us a series to where they can actually take some time to deal with it. But it's some good shit. And if you really sit there and open yourself up to both that and WandaVision, especially for those who are from underprivileged places that we don't have access, you might get a breakthrough if you really sit there and actually understand what it is that you're being fed. That's it. Sorry.
That's a good way to close it out, though. That's a good way to close it out, though, to talk. Okay, y'all, we have reached the 2-hour mark. First of all, I want to thank everybody in the chat for tuning in tonight. Over 300 people tuning in tonight, so thank you guys for that. Thank you to the people that sent super chats. Thank you for that. Also, we really in Simply Sakina dropping by tonight as our guest panelist, of course. Hell, y'all might be back next week. Who knows? I don't know. I'll let you know. But great. Glad they showed up. I think this was one of our funniest panels that we have done in a while, because I have laughed my ass off tonight. We really had a great time. Anything y'all got going on before we close it out? Anything y'all got going on y'all YouTube channels that y'all want everybody to be prepared for? Josiah, you can start it on what you got going on and where they can find you.
Okay,
like
so
that. You can go around.
I have a few of y'all DMing me asking, when the hell you gonna show your damn face on YouTube? So basically, I'm working on it. We have collaborations coming with everybody, multiple people, okay, for different hot topics. So I'll be doing hot topics, and also I'll be doing a weekly live stream on y'all favorite reality shows, and also just like throwback shows of like y'all favorite type of reality TV shows and stuff like that. So stay on the lookout for that.
Really, B?
So yeah, I'm just reviewing my shows over there. We do Ready to Love, most of the Real Housewives, myself and Yarel. On Thursday evenings, we do a live review of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. All of the usual suspects, and I do dramas as well. So I do like Queen Sugar, Pose is getting ready to start. Yeah. I do Power and the spinoffs of Power. So yeah, so just come on over, check us out. And I have my lives most afternoons at around 6:30 ish. So come on over and check us out. We have a good time over on my side. Thank you.
Terrence?
Ja, I ain't got nothing new going over here, y'all. Don't look for me if you don't see me, and if you see me, just make sure to watch.
Oh, you sound so tired, Pooh.
I am.
You just sound like they are working you.
Y'all real?
Well, normally I kind of give y'all what Terrence just gave, but since he gave that, I can't do it. So, like Really Be said, on Thursdays we do review and recap Real Housewives of New Jersey. Tomorrow, expect me to give you guys the last 3 episodes. I do have my notes. I just haven't done the video. I just did Atlanta earlier today, where I kind of gave y'all what I gave y'all today. So I will be giving you guys reviews of the reunion when it come out. I might do New York, not sure, but when Beverly Hills come back, I'm giving y'all Beverly Hills because we're gonna talk about that because they're gonna give us some good stuff. And eventually, I'll get back to giving you guys a trending topics show. It's just I got to get things settled here, and of course, I have to make sure I'm in the right mind space. Because when I'm not, I do take a vacation because on some real stuff, y'all, real stuff. Mental health is a serious thing. And I know for me, if I feel that I'm getting too bogged down, I will push away, get myself together, and come back. So I was on a break for Passover, but I need to get back into the swing of things. So just come to my channel. I'm going to give y'all, some laughs. And I'm going to also send y'all with a little something in the back of your head to get you through the week. I try to give you a little something. So
Well,
yeah, that's
listen, Really Be, do you do the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills too?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I do all of the franchises except for New York, and I think y'all is gonna put me into New York this year. Yeah, I do Dallas. I do Beverly. Huh?
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask you, do you do Dallas? Because I watch Dallas and I never have nobody that like.
Bro, me too. Like, I'm a huge fan of the Beverly Hills wives. So I'm like,
because I do Dallas, and I've been doing this since season 1 and Beverly Hills. So yeah.
I'm definitely gonna hit you Really Be TV and Yakra for these damn Beverly Hills reviews because I'll be talking about this show too once it come out. I love that show, but I never talked about it.
Oh yes.
And right quick before we give it to Sakina, don't hate me when I say this. I do like Erica on Beverly Hills.
I love Erica.
That I ain't gotta give her the blue cut. I feel.
Oh, you're gonna have to give it to her.
That ass based off the damn trailer.
I loved Erica until last season. Last season, she got on my nerves with that whole Denise Richards thing. But up until then, oh my gosh, Erica was my bitch. I love Erica.
So I hope I don't have to, but I feel that I'm gonna have to give it to her because they're literally painting her to be the villain, and it's like I don't want her to be. But it is kind of humbling to see her go from brand to, I don't know if I can pay for that. Well, we all ain't got money, so. But I do want to say this right quick on some real shit though. AP. So what's my channel? The way that my name is spelled right here, Yakrates. That is it, or formerly known as Spilling All the Tea. But
I'll drop the link. I'll drop the link in the chat.
Thank you. But when it comes to Garcelle, I need for Garcelle to not play in my face because you try to sit here and tell us that you had this whole thing with Coming to America, the sequel, and you ain't say not nab word, Garcelle.
No, I barely knew she was there.
Don't play with me this season, Garcelle. I love you, baby. I love your thickums, but don't play with me this season.
And the only other thing I'm gonna say about Beverly Hills before I bring it over to Sakina is that the one person that I can't stand on Beverly Hills, I know her name is Kyle, but I call her Vile. I do not like Vile at all.
So it's Kyle. Then you gotta say like that. Like Kyle. That's how you gotta say.
I can't stand Lisa Rinna ass. That's who I can't
stand. I really can't stand that.
Oh, I can't stand her.
Lord.
Oh, I can't stand her either. But Sakina, because we're going all off topic. Go ahead, Sakina.
All right. I was just listening to y'all. But yes, I will be on Josiah's page. We are collabing tomorrow. So whenever he posts that, be on the lookout for that. And I'll also post it on tomorrow. The community tab. Okay, well, yeah, we'll be at it tomorrow. Right. And as far as like the new lineup of shows that I'll be doing, I will post that later on this month because a lot of the shows do start to come back in May. I am doing Ready to Love. That's actually my favorite show to review. So if y'all like Ready to Love, check out my channel game because yes, I love to talk shit about the people on the show and have a good time with that. But other than that, I'm trying to think if I have anything else that's like coming up. I don't think so. But yeah, just listen. Subscribe to my channel and we'll talk about it more there.
I'm dropping everybody's link. So
Okay.
everybody's link is gonna be in the chat, y'all.
And Sakina, look, I know we both are Team Twirl. I just don't want us to have to fight like we did today. Like we had a little sibling spat. But I don't want us to do that all the time. I'm just saying, you know.
It's okay to have a back and forth.
I got you.
As long as it's
I mean,
healthy.
me and Terrence do it all the time. Me and Terrence do it all the damn time. So
That's true.
me and y'all real do it all the time. So
Don't bring me in this shit.
you know, but
Oh, thank you,
Don't do
really.
that. Don't do that. No, because Scotty like to play in y'all faces. Scotty start with me a lot of the time. Didn't want to sit here and play faces. That is what the hell happens.
I know y'all don't believe this shit. But anyway, before we
Really?
close it out, because I know
I'm
no
a
one
liar?
believes that.
I'm a liar.
But
Cause we can do it. No, we can do this shit online. I'm
what I
a
have going
liar now.
on. I'm not doing this, but but as far as the things that I have going on, not only that I am reviewing the Housewives of Atlanta. Of course, I am until it dries up. He's to step off camera now because I won't play into his little game. But I'm reviewing Housewives of Atlanta. I'm also reviewing Chasing LA, and I think those are the only two reality shows I'm reviewing right now at this point. Because Basketball Wives been over and all of that stuff. So I think that's the only one that I'm reviewing. Love and Marriage Huntsville is over. Bell Collective is over as well. So the only ones that I'm reviewing is The Housewives of Atlanta and Chasing LA. Me and Jamar have already booked reviews for from the Chasing LA. So look out for those. And until another reality show that I like comes out, the only one that I'm reviewing right now is Atlanta. I don't know when Potomac comes out. I just know it comes out in the summer. When it does come out, I'm reviewing it. But if we're talking about shows that's coming out now, I don't know. That's it. I don't think I'm looking at Couples Retreat. I don't want to see none of them motherfuckers there. But that's pretty much it. But good show tonight. I enjoyed everyone up here tonight. Everybody, I had a great time tonight, and we see you guys next week. I'm getting kind of sad and shit because the panel will be going on hiatus after the Housewives of Atlanta reunion is over with, and we'll be back for Potomac. But that's it. Thank you again, Really B and Sakina, for coming on. It's always a pleasure. And we
Thank
are
you.
out of here for tonight. I know Tim's ready to go to bed, so
Scotty, stay on. Okay, I just
peace
talked to you.
out.